dispute. Mine's about to take advice from a clown who dives headfirst into the shallow end of the pool.
It's Talk Sports with John Reed and Cody McClure.
If it is to be said, so it be. So it is. So it is. So it is.
It's a Tennessee thing.
Well, I'm holding on.
Back in the booth, back on the airwaves, coming at you live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Happy Thursday morning to you. It is Talk Sports. I am John Reed, flanked by Cody McClure to my right, staring in the soul of Sam Beard and feeling the energy from Bubba Bad News Bubba. Hope your morning is off to a good start. Hope you had a good Wednesday night. Let's continue to attack the bye week. What's up, Cody?
Oh, good morning, John. Hello to you and to all. It is good to be here. Good to be anywhere. Good morning to the freaks and everyone else. Bubba's got his Boston Red Sox hat on. Makes sense to wear that today. As the Red Sox try to rally and go ahead and win the 3-game series against the Yankees. Sam's got his Titans hat on. Makes no sense at all to wear that anywhere. You've got your Fan Run Radio hat on. Well, that's spiffy. It's a nice
Shout out to the
hat.
squad.
And I have on the same hat I always do, Balls. So I should have worn my Dodgers hat today. Yeah. Oh, well.
Not Dodgered up?
Yeah. I mean, I've watched the first 2 games of the season, as I consider it. I think I might have caught a Sunday night baseball somewhere in there, maybe once or twice. I haven't watched any full games until 2 days ago, but now's when the real season starts. So that's just that's all I got going on, just watching a little baseball. How are you?
I'm good. I'm all right. No more baseball for me. Aww.
Yeah.
Aww. The Reds got beat by the Dodgers. So see you next year. Or in like 10 more years when the Reds make the playoffs.
I've never seen a man chew so much gum as I did Terry Francona.
Yeah. It's all good. No big deal. Whatever. Everything's fine. Went to play trivia last night. Blew in the final question. First place until then. One of those that knew we should have bet 0, but there's no fun in betting 0. But also it's like, oh, category sounds like it's going to be really tough. Sometimes that means they make it really easy. And it was like still pretty hard. It was like national forests and what state they're in. I was like, I don't know, man. I knew a couple of them, but.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Do you know them all? Do you remember them all?
No, I just remember the 2 I got right.
Oh.
I remember the 2 I got right. I don't remember the other ones.
Damn.
Yeah, sorry.
I wish you knew them so we could guess.
Yeah.
What were the 2 you got right?
Ocala and Angeles.
Florida.
Yeah, I mean, those are pretty easy.
Angeles, that'd be California.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
those 2.
Those are pretty easy.
Those 2 aren't too bad. Wish we knew the other 2.
Allegheny.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Nailed that one. My friend said New York.
Allegheny.
Moron.
The Allegheny Mountains run up through West Virginia and then up into Pennsylvania. I want to say that's like Pocono Raceway. That's or maybe that's just the Pocono Mountains themselves, but that's like forest country there.
Yeah. Anyways.
Plus you got like the Allegheny River.
Blew it.
What's the fourth one?
There was 5 of them, but I don't remember. Was Bighorn maybe one of them?
Bighorn?
Yeah, I think Bighorn was one of them.
That sounds like it could be like Texas or Montana.
I was going to say Montana, yeah.
Bighorn. Yeah, I mean, probably somewhere out west. Could be Colorado. Yeah, Montana maybe.
Wyoming.
Yeah, close.
Blew it. Just like we did. Just like we did. So that was my evening. Did you do anything fun? Just baseball?
Yeah, I just drove around.
Yeah. Sam, you do anything fun?
Baseball, made some dinner. I will say, though, I got my new golf clubs have come in. So I was meeting my mom for lunch on Friday anyway, but she's going to come up with those now. So I'm excited about that. Hopefully get a couple rounds in before it gets too cold with the new sticks. So that was exciting.
Okay.
That's about it for me, though.
All right. What about you, Bubba? How are you?
I'm all right.
Good deal.
Went to a concert last night.
Oh, nice. Who'd you see?
A group called Will Dorado.
Who?
Will Dorado.
Will, is it 2 words? Will?
Like Wilder Auto, but they call it Will Dorado.
Like Silverado, but Wildorado.
Oh, okay.
I saw that advertised downtown.
It was at the Bijou, funny enough.
Yeah. Was
Cody's
that
never
enjoyable?
been there.
It was my first time there.
What'd you think about it? It's kind of a dump, huh?
Oh.
I wouldn't say that. It's got character to it.
I mean, it's old. I mean, it's fine.
Kind of a dump. That's
It's
a
got
local
stage,
landmark.
It's got seats, balconies. It's a relatively small venue, but not much more else you want from a place, you know. It's got bathrooms.
I guess if that's all you need is some church pews and I don't even know if it's church pews. So I don't think that's right. Accurate. Some old like theater seats and bathrooms. Yeah, that's all you need. That's good.
Just a place to sit your ass.
Yeah, that's fine.
They got that bistro next door.
Apologies to anybody associated with the Bijou that might be offended by that. Tennessee Theater is just so pretty. Like every time in the Tennessee Theater, I feel like I'm somewhere nice. I feel like I'm somewhere regal. I feel like I'm somewhere. You talk about character.
Regal's down the street.
You talk about character when I'm in the Tennessee Theater. I'm like, yeah, this is cool. This is something I'd be proud to show somebody from out of town.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It really is.
Bijou, I'm kind of like, it's old. It's got character. It's a landmark.
Then there's the Regal.
Here's 700 people that can fit into it. It's 600 people. Show was good, though?
Yeah, they didn't play the one song I really wanted them to play, so I was kind of, a little bummed out about that.
How many damn songs do they got?
I mean, they got a couple.
It's always disappointing when you don't get the song you want to hear.
Yeah, I mean, they mostly played stuff off their, I guess their tour album is what they're calling it,
Play Feathered Indians. That's the song that made you famous. Play it, Childers. Play Feathered Indians. You damn woke liberal. Play it. I came here to see Feathered Indians. Play it.
Last couple times I saw the Stones, they played Miss You instead of Midnight Rambler, which I'm a big Midnight Rambler guy. And you see Jagger come out with that guitar, it's he's got to do his thing, It's do 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 do. Yeah, I know what you mean. Sam, your new clubs, you have a driver?
Well, unfortunately, they're just like all coming in different pieces, so it's only the irons that are coming up.
Oh,
yeah,
the irons.
Especially, what are you doing with your old ones?
Probably selling them.
You
got
got
to make a little money.
You got a 5-iron?
Yeah.
What about a 6-iron?
Yeah.
7-iron?
Yeah.
8-iron?
Yeah.
9-iron?
Yeah.
4-iron?
Yeah.
Is that all of them? Is there a 3-iron?
Pitching wedge.
Do you have a 2-iron?
I got a 2 hybrid.
Is that not the same thing?
Like the degrees are like the same, but it's just like it's a little easier to hit.
Hybrid feels like cheating whenever somebody tells me there's a hybrid.
It kind of is, honestly.
Yeah.
It's kind of
not
a cheat
cheating.
code.
No, it's not.
It's not cheating, but like hitting a 2-iron consistently is much harder than hitting a 2 hybrid, I think.
Yeah.
What's your handicap?
I don't have like an official one. I'd say it's somewhere around like 7 or 8, maybe.
Oh, okay. Mine's my weight.
Bubba, what's yours?
Probably like 16, 17.
Mine's at least 38. I don't know. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's a lot. Golf's fun, though. I'd like to go sometime. I always say that. But I just never, I don't know, never have anybody to go with.
You got clubs?
I have clubs. They're not the best clubs,
That's fine.
but they're clubs. I
You
do
can go out for a round, Cody.
Yeah, I have mismatched clubs. You know, I have a driver. I have a few irons, not all of them. I've had clubs that have gotten lost over the years, you know.
I won't judge.
I have a putter.
It's about all you need.
That's the most important club.
You don't want to golf with me, Sam. You'd be really – I'd be a heavy weight to bear on the course as you hit your shots nicely. And unless, you know, we just played best ball and I didn't retrieve my balls.
Yeah.
We could
It's
do
about
that.
enjoying people's company out there.
It's kind of crazy Bubba's never invited you guys.
Yeah, honestly, guy who runs a golf course.
Yeah, it's kind of wild that like you got friends in high places and he's never thought to invite you guys. Kind of crazy.
Damn, that's crazy.
It is. It is. Just let that marinate over the break. We'll come back. We'll talk some sports, some football. I ain't got no baseball takes. You got any baseball takes?
Baseball takes?
Yeah, you got any baseball takes?
No, just looking forward to the rest of the playoffs.
We got what, 3 game threes?
Yeah, we got three eliminators today.
Damn Reds, they suck. They suck.
Apparently they were tipping their pitches the entire series, like every single pitcher.
What are you going to do? They're just happy to be here.
Everybody's tipping their pitches, Sam. Got Judge out here tapping his belly, tapping his helmet, waving his arms around every time. Disgusted.
Judge legacy game tonight.
For him to strike out twice.
Yeah, people are starting to talk. People are starting to call him a fraud. People are starting to talk. Let's go to break. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Fan Run is giving away a huge prize package.
That's a big box. What's in there?
You're going to want to find out.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? Give me the gun. A winner will be drawn live on Halloween during Fan Run Friday at Calhoun's on the River.
To learn how you can earn entries, make sure you're tuning in daily to Fan Run Radio and following us across all of our social media platforms on Facebook, YouTube, X, TikTok, and Instagram.
Inward Half is committed to the game and the memorable moments that happen in between. From the tee box to the tailgate, from the green to the big game. For the first birdie with Dad, the first big win with Mom. Friday night lights, Saturday superstitions, Sunday traditions. Fall into the comfort and unparalleled performance of Inward Half. This fall, enjoy the walk-in.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
Good morning. Trying to wrap up this wreck out here in East Knox County on that 40 eastbound off-ramp at Strawberry Plains Pike in Jefferson County. Also wrapping up a wreck on Andrew Johnson Highway near Larry Baker Road. It had traffic slow go through that section of Jefferson County. Still busy right now down 75 southbound. It's moving, though, at the moment between Callahan and Merchants Road. Hey, Fountain City Jewelers, your diamond engagement ring headquarters. Stop by and see them and shop local at Fountain City Jewelers next to Litton's. I'm Commander Chuck, you're on time traffic.
Tony Vitello, the watch continues now being at least mentioned for a Braves job, which from a personal John Reed standpoint, I find all of it to be very, very annoying. Any possibility of Tony Vitello not being happy in Knoxville stresses me out a little bit. Any thought of him just even like taking interviews and considering these jobs stresses me out a little bit. I do wonder what the reaction would be like for the people, though, that love like Tennessee and the Braves. Sam, would you be excited if you're like, hey, Tony Vitello's coaching the Braves?
No.
Would you think he was going to fail at the MLB level, or you just don't want to lose the Tennessee side of it?
Don't want to lose the Tennessee side of it mainly, and I mean, just kind of like what I said yesterday. I just think he's kind of I think he's an elite college coach. I just think he's a coach in the MLB.
What's been the reaction, Cody, whenever you've been blogging, doing all this damn rage baiting people online, writing about this stuff?
Oh, well, most people, I think at first everybody said, he's not going anywhere. This is nonsense. It's not happening. I'm not worried at all.
I'm not worried about it.
And I think now people are a little more worried. You had some, not reports, but we'll call them rumors yesterday that he was in San Francisco.
Yeah, we had people arguing about that, right? Like Tony's in San Francisco versus Tony's in Florida recruiting.
Yeah. I know that a couple of shows here had at least had some people tell them. Now, how credible are these people? Who knows? But had them say that Tony was in San Francisco, that he, I heard from my guy, he heard from his guy. Like, I don't know if that actually happened or not, but if it did, Tony, I mean, I don't fault Tony for going, and whether you take the job or you don't, I mean, let him wine and dine you,
Yeah, it's funny, like, whenever people start passing this stuff around. I've gotten a couple messages from people over the last week of like, hey, there's actually some interest there. Got one yesterday from someone saying like, hey, it's my buddy, it's my guy. But this wasn't him coming from like a direct source. So like, he told me his friend told him this one. So I can't vet his friends. But his friend said that he was, in San Francisco doing interviews, which again, my guy tells me something, 9 times out of 10 it's right. But then this was him saying that he got told by somebody else. So like I said, I can't vet that guy. I just say it to say that at least, yeah, the rumors are out there pulling in 2 different directions.
As a close personal friend of Tony Vitello's, could you maybe just ask him?
Hey, Tone, come on, man. What's the deal here?
Give me the lowdown, huh?
Well, the the thought when these coaches openly, or at least like semi-openly, listen to other schools or listen to other jobs, like even Paul Feinbaum talking about like, hey, I'm going to maybe run for Senate. When I hear that, I'm like, oh, that's a leverage play. Does Paul have a contract coming up with ESPN soon? He's trying to act like he has somewhere else he can go. Is he trying to act like he's got another option? Like, hey, I might run for Senate, AK. You better offer more money. You better give me what I want. Make me stay. Now, in Vitello's case, I don't know if he's allowed to even do that. It's like, I don't know if the leverage play is even really feasible at this point. The stadium has been renovated, right? Like all the money's been poured into it.
They're still working on it.
Yeah, signed off on though. Like he got what he wanted in terms of that.
They're making progress. It looks better. It has a nice outer facing on it that looks good.
Yeah, the pictures and the videos and stuff people have posted from it do look really good. Like I do think it's going to be pretty nice when you get in there. But Tony got that done. I mean, he is, or at least was, the highest paid coach in baseball. I think LSU, did their guy get a raise? For some reason, I'm having like a Drew Pember playing the Vols moment where I remember that they gave Jay Johnson like basically $1 more than Vitello. I feel like that was an announcement that came out after he won another national championship. But like Vitello's really handsomely paid. Like I don't know what a leverage play would be to let this go on if you're Vitello. Do you want more like NIL money maybe? Like, are you basically trying to say like, hey, I'll do it if we can't continue to spend at the level we need to spend at, AK, let's just keep spending more than everybody and being great and taking it more seriously than most of these schools? Is that the leverage play? Because I don't know if he's trying to play chicken with Danny White for a raise. At some point, does the vast majority of the fan base say like, hey, like we can't pay a college baseball coach much more than what we're doing already? Or is it like, hey, we like being good at baseball. It really bridges the gap between the end of basketball season and football. It's a whole new world for a sports fan. Like I've talked about it before. Used to really, really suck. Back when Konzo was here, when football ended and football wasn't very good, it was a long 9 months of nothing. Of bad basketball, bad baseball, and a long wait just for more bad football, hoping that you could take a step and, can we go 8-4? The schedule, we could pull a couple upsets and get to a bowl game. Those were bleak times. I've really enjoyed being good at everything. It's made spring and summer much cooler, having baseball to talk about.
It is nice. It is nice. But at a certain point, like you said, you got to consider the health of everything. And that's part of labeling yourself as the everything school. But you got money that you have to spend big on football. You absolutely have to. And Rick Barnes, his basketball program is also something you got to take care of, probably priority number 2. So as much as people love Tony, like, will it, as long as Rick Barnes is here, will it not always be priority number 3?
Yeah. I think if I'm Tony, I'm not asking to get more money than basketball and definitely not asking for more money than football. But like, I want to be, and you could argue that maybe, some people would maybe say that it shouldn't be even priority number 3, that the Lady Vol basketball program has actually turned a profit, more recently than baseball has. Now, look, I think baseball is more important than the women's basketball program, but I think the women's basketball program and the women's softball program, both important too to people.
That sounds hard to say when you given the legacy of the women's basketball program, but current day, I would agree with you.
Yeah,
you just won a baseball title.
Well, I'm not trying to even be disrespectful. I like Kim Caldwell. I like watching the women's basketball team. I do. I know Cody doesn't believe me, but I watch the women's basketball team.
Oh, I believe you.
It. I feel like a month ago you were saying I didn't actually watch the Lady Vol games.
Well, I know you love women's basketball.
Yeah, I like the Lady Vols. I want them to be successful too. So me saying that they should be 4th isn't me saying they should be irrelevant.
It's hard to balance those things though. Like how much money do you put in each jar? because you have to be healthy at football. And you have to compete at a championship level at football. To me, that's always priority number one. And any athletic department, it kind of has to be, right? Unless you're one of these select few basketball schools, like a Duke or something like that.
Yeah, I was going to say, as long as the football program is doing their part, like if we had a bum in here, I wouldn't want to be pouring all this money into the program if we weren't getting results. But like the football program's giving you results. So like I'm completely fine with continuing to pour money into it. Josh Heupel and that staff, they are doing good with it. We'll talk a little bit more about like, you know, the way they've got this roster set up. It makes me really excited for the present and the future. But like they're doing their job. But like at Kentucky, if Kentucky is like, hey, we don't have to pour money into football. This is all waste. Why am I giving $20 million to the football program when they're not doing anything with it? It's like, why are we pumping, you know, between revenue share and then an extra, you know, $5, $6, $7 million in NIL? What's the point there? What's the ceiling for Kentucky football? Let's just get back to being good at basketball. If they pulled the plug, I would understand because they're not getting anything back out of their investment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a tough job for Danny White because at the same time, you know, you have to appease Josh Heupel and Rick Barnes, but you can't just turn your back on Tony when you have maybe the best coach in college baseball and the best recruiter. I mean, you have to support that. Like you can't just give you don't have unlimited resources, so you got to figure out what to do. But I don't know. I mean, maybe you just sit down in a room with all your coaches and work it out. I don't know what the answer is. That's why Danny White makes the big bucks.
Well, Tennessee, you know, look, I'm not trying to paint a picture that they have pulled the plug on baseball or anything. It doesn't feel that way. Like this Henry Ford guy costs a lot of money to get him at Tennessee. Like we have done a good job in terms of still going out and spending. Look at the recruiting class, look at the transfer portal class. So like I'm not saying that they haven't done that. I'm just wondering like what the purpose of this is. And Vitello is a sharp guy. Vitello's a sharp guy. He knows what rumors are out there.
Oh yeah.
He knows what's happening right now. He's got a finger on the pulse. Like I know he's a maniac when it comes to roster building and recruiting, but he also seems to be pretty sharp in terms of perception. And I think he knows right now, like somebody's gotten in his ear that like, hey, like people are not necessarily freaking out, but here's what the conversation is. You in Major League Baseball. And the fact that it hasn't gotten slowed down from Tennessee's camp or him, it always just makes me wonder what's the reason why. And like typically in these situations, it's leverage. Hey, ask Mike Gundy. Raise. Give me more money. I don't think that would be the case here, at least from a Vitello like selfish standpoint. Like he got more money for his assistant coaches already. Like that's kind of already set up this year. Only thing I can think of is that he wants to continue to have more money poured into the roster.
Well, I mean, it might not be money. Like it could be as simple as just San Francisco reached out to him and he's hearing what they got to say.
Yeah, could be.
Like, I mean, it'd be a big job. So
you'll always have the people that then see stuff like this though and start talking about his relationship with Danny. That's always a popular talking point. How it's always described as a little chilly between the two of them. That maybe they don't see eye to eye. They go head to head on a couple things.
I'm sure they do.
It's always out there a little bit.
I'm sure they do because Danny's got other people he's got to answer to as well. You know, Tony can focus on baseball. Tony's the baseball coach, so his interest is baseball. You know, Danny's got to deal with all this stuff though.
I would like to know like what Danny White's philosophy truly is though, because I feel like if you're an AD, you probably almost always side closer to what Cody thinks in terms of football. Like Danny has kind of worked himself into a shoot of being an everything school, and it's a good problem to have because you can boast that like, hey, Tennessee is good at everything, but with that comes like you kind of have to treat all these programs respectable. you have to kind of make sure that everyone's getting what they need. And that means you're having to just continue to raise more money and have it poured in and manage all this stuff. I wonder if Danny White, if you gave him some of that truth serum, was like, hey, I wish we were just good at football with a good basketball program. Like, I'd settle for 2 instead of having to worry about everybody.
Yeah. I mean,
like, do SEC ADs like actually like having to like try to make this work monetarily with baseball? I would say most of the time that they do, but then like when it actually comes to like money, and as these salaries are getting, over $2 million and more money is getting poured into the roster, because there's a lot of players in baseball. You know what I mean? Like, baseball is a big roster.
Yeah, it's a big roster, and it's a sport that's not making money.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably a hard thing to balance. But on the other hand, the guy won you a national championship.
That's right.
And it's hard to say no to a guy like Tony, I would think, when you consider that he is the best at what he does. I mean, whether or not he's the best baseball coach, I don't know, but he's one of a select few. I mean, he's one of 3 at least, probably, and maybe the best recruiter.
I think it's safe to say that, like, regardless of how you judge his coaching, he's the face of the sport.
He is.
Of college baseball. I'm not saying he's the face of baseball, but, like, I mean, I think he is. Sam, Bubba, maybe you guys know a little bit better than I do, but, like, was it common for college baseball coaches to be on MLB draft coverage and doing all this MLB stuff before Vitello?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's definitely the first one, or at least one that's gotten like year to year. Maybe one guy gets a one-off appearance, but it seems like it's, hey, draft's coming around, we want Tony Vitello on the show type of thing.
Yeah, he clearly has like crossover star power. Like, he has that appeal to them, and he at least has some MLB knowledge and some MLB like respect and like, understands the show, right? For him to be doing that and being around, MLB Network and doing all that stuff. And it's a good thing for the program. It's a good thing for the platform and everybody. But yeah, like, I mean, that to me kind of solidifies that he is the face of college baseball. Like, the fact he gets the rub on draft night pretty much every year. And even when he's not there, they're talking about him. He's checking in.
I mean, yeah, he puts guys in the league too.
Yeah.
I mean, look around right now. You got some major players out there who are doing major things.
I just think these reports are total BS, honestly.
You still don't think there's anything to it?
If it was Jeff Passan writing about it or tweeting about it, I would have some thoughts of, yeah, maybe he's leaving. But this is just a Giants beat reporter and a Braves beat reporter writing an article of, hey, here's 6 candidates that we think are a good fit for the Giants or Braves job. And then it's like, all right, so we've got a bunch of guys in the MLB. Let's think outside the box here to get a couple clicks on this article, and let's go to the best coach in college baseball, and let's get Tony Vitello on the article.
I think the Braves one was for sure that. The Giants one felt a little bit more like there was actual something there, just because they're like, hey, he's actually, been with the Giants and met with Buster Posey and blah, blah, blah. The Braves one, you're right, though. It was just, was it O'Brien? Is that who it is? Mm-hmm. Threw it at the end. Like, if the Braves were to think outside the box, call Tony Vitello. That one to me was just kind of a throw in, like, hey, let me throw this name in to draw some attention to this article. And people were saying that he was already in his feelings because of, he didn't have anything on the Brian Snitker news, and he was kind of grasping at straws and trying to stir something up.
Well, also with the Buster Posey thing, I mean, unless I've missed something, we don't know that he met with Buster Posey in any sort of I'd like to hire you kind of way, right?
Oh, yeah, sure. I think they're just saying like that he's a face that like Buster Posey's aware of. Like that Tony was on the radar.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not a ton of information about. I mean, it's ramping up because people are interested in it, but it could just be all a bunch of speculation.
So we wasted 20 minutes here? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, I don't know.
Sam, is that what you're telling me? We wasted 20 minutes here?
Every radio show's wasting some minutes, maybe.
Bubba, we waste 20 minutes here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, well, we'll move on. My bad.
Till we hear something credible.
My bad.
It's like Rick Barnes going to UCLA.
No, that's different.
That held some weight.
Yeah, that one was
local.
that one's different. Rick
Local
Barnes was
restaurants-
going to go.
Local restaurants had to pony up to keep Barnes here.
He
so
almost
could
put a
have free
couple of them.
breakfast.
He almost put a couple of them out of business with all the food they were having to promise him.
Barnes said, "Look, if I don't get free breakfast, now that's what we need to do. If this Tony stuff starts to accelerate again, we've been down this road before with Barnes.
We need to do some investigative journalism. You have a Big J journalist hat. You need to call.
I do have a hat.
I'd be interested to call those restaurants that made promises to Rick Barnes about free food and ask, like, does he take you up on this? Is Rick actually?
I like
getting,
to imagine
getting free food here.
I like to imagine Barnes as a real tight,
just
one of those old guys who's just like, always wants the senior special, the senior coffee, and when he goes into the breakfast restaurant. Now this is under my tab, right? I don't know.
It's like a tip of the cap, and they know
now
his order and everything.
Now here's a couple bucks for the waitress. $2. Here you go.
Now, when you tell me free food, that includes my whole family, right? Like that's I'm paying for it, damn it, so it's free. I would like to know if he actually took him up on it, but Bubba gave me a little PTSD. Barnes did. He wanted to go to UCLA. Then he sat there and told us he wanted to go, but that Big God had different plans because UCLA was broke. Shout out to Big God and shout out to UCLA being broke. UCLA, kind of a solid school for us. UCLA, kind of a solid school for us. Couldn't afford Rick Barnes. Made us appreciate Rick Barnes more. Made Rick Barnes maybe work a little bit harder. I don't know. Took Nico off our hands. Gave us Joey. That's pretty solid. I appreciate it.
Took a couple L's in some basketball tournaments.
Shout out for doing the job in the Sweet 16. Or I guess it was the second round.
The women played them at one point too, I believe.
I feel like did they get Fulmer fired? That was his last year, right? When we started the season, losing to.
Oh, wait, did we beat him in softball too this year in the Women's College World Series? Was that UCLA?
Yeah, we did. That was the one with the home run, right? At the ends where they were trying to argue about whether or not she touched home plate at all. I think that was UCLA. Damn. Didn't UCLA the season we got Fulmer fired? That was we started that with the loss at UCLA, right?
Yeah, we did lose.
Accurate?
We did lose to them in 2008.
Yeah. Shout out to them. We also play them this year in baseball. That was announced. Just kind of put a bow on the Tennessee baseball Tony Vitello conversation. We're doing, one of those early season showcase tournaments, and UCLA on the schedule, I believe game 1. I saw Mike Wilson from the News Sentinel said that it seems in baseball circles that UCLA is going to be the number 1 team in the preseason. Like that'll be the number 1 team in the country. So quite the opportunity for Tennessee to play the number 1 team and kind of announce themselves very early. That's cool.
UCLA is going to be the number 1 team.
That's what Mike Wilson said. I won't act like I've been keeping up with the baseball, polls and whatnot, but that's what he said.
I guess when you don't have a football program, you can use your money elsewhere.
Yeah, I mean, they made it to Omaha last year. I assume they made it to Omaha and brought back a bunch of people if they're going to be the preseason number 1 team. I assume that's what that means. But yeah, they were there. So, I mean, they were good last year.
It's kind of ridiculous that UCLA doesn't have any money.
Taxes, bro.
It seems like if anybody had money, it would be the school situated between Bel Air and Beverly Hills. But those people just don't give a damn.
It's expensive to live out there. You got time to give a bunch of money back to the school. That's stuff you got to do.
I guess so.
All right, that's enough baseball talk. My bad if that was a waste of time, Sam, Bubba. You guys can pick the next topic. See how you guys do. Stick with us. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Your smile says it all, so make sure it's saying the right thing. At Knoxville Smiles, we believe healthy teeth mean happy lives. Now through the end of the year, we're offering half-price whitening with a cleaning. That's right, half-price whitening with a routine teeth cleaning at Knoxville Smiles. Call today to set up your appointment. 865-539-1776. That's 865-539-1776. Or book online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Don't wait another day to love your smile. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Dick's House of Sport at West Town Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, hit tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
Today, we raise a glass of Jameson Irish whiskey to the sport of football. Hear, hear!
To Gaelic football, born in Ireland in 1885 in its thrilling blend of soccer, rugby and basketball. On a massive field, 15 players kick or hand pass a round ball that scored points over a bar or into a net. No pads, no helmet, no sense.
Hear, hear!
To college football, which kicked off in 1869 when Rutgers beat Princeton 6-4 in the Battle of New Jersey. With 11 players in helmets and pads, teams battle on a 100-yard gridiron with explosive pass plays and hard-hitting tackles. Unless you're called for targeting.
Hear, hear! Since 1780, Jameson Irish whiskey has been enjoyed by sports fans all around the globe. Whether your football is Gaelic, American, or even soccer, we can all agree on super smooth Jameson Irish whiskey. Hear, hear!
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
You made me love you, and you made me.
Drink the light, refreshing White Claw hard seltzer. Drink it responsibly. All right, Sam. All right, Bubba, P team. And the P stands for meow. What'd you guys come up with?
Meow doesn't start with a P.
We got a little SEC roster age breakdown that was going around social media yesterday. And I just I thought it was very interesting with Tennessee because, you know, there's been a lot of talk about kind of the separation of the SEC at the top and how it's pretty thin. And I think it's nice to see that Tennessee is right there in the thick of things when 49.5% of their roster is freshmen right now.
Yeah, that's jarring to see that. You know, I think we talked about it pretty good this offseason. I know you weren't with us for most of that, Sam, but like the roster philosophy that it seemed like the coaches were taking, the roster building, like it was pretty exciting at the time. And, you know, I looked at the wide receivers, for example, like, hey, we're going to run with these young guys instead of going out and overpaying some 3-star transfer that's like a senior or a junior. Like, hey, we're good. We don't need to come get and overpay somebody that maybe had 500 yards in the SEC somewhere, 500 yards in the Big 12 somewhere that we don't know if they'll take a next step or not. We're good. We're going to roll the dice on the guys that we pay coming out of high school. We really like these high school recruits. How about we just trust them? How about we get them ready?
Pretty good decision we've made so far, it would appear.
Well, I mean, I think Tennessee has had a lot of good young players out there. Yeah, like, I mean, Mike Matthews and Staley. Like, Staley, he's considered a freshman, right? He's a redshirt guy. Like, I don't think Matthews would be. So, like, I don't think they necessarily fit there, but it's still like the mentality of turning to young guys. So when you tell me that Tennessee is positioned as a playoff contender, right? I mean, we're a playoff contender.
Sure.
We're positioned as a playoff contender. We're positioned as a team that right now their over-under is 8.5. So like a team that's flirting with 9 wins. Now I think here on TalkSports, we have a little bit higher aspirations. We don't want to be a playoff contender. We want to be a playoff team. We don't want to win 9 games. We want to win 10 games. I think we all think that's still on the table. But like either way, the national perception is playoff contender, top 15 team, a team that's going to go 9-3 around there. To do that and then turn around and say that you have, what was the number, Sam? 49.5. 49.5% of your roster be freshmen, whether it be redshirt or true freshmen. That's pretty wild. That's the highest in the SEC.
Well, how about that?
And like you're right there flirting the team, you know, the team with you, the second team is Georgia.
You're saying we're both young teams.
They have 46.5% of their roster freshmen. So like, you know, if you want to copy a team, you want to copy Georgia.
Sure.
That's who you want to try to be like, I think.
The roster construction is an interesting element to all this because everybody these days relies on all the transfers, and seems like we've struck gold on transfer quarterbacks, but that doesn't necessarily mean you want the majority of your roster to be transfers. It's just kind of where you need them. Some schools use more, some use less.
Yeah, I mean, the football program and the basketball program are kind of similar there, I think. Like we talked about that yesterday with Ralph. Like, hey, you know, you're going to have to take a couple recruits, a couple transfers. In basketball, you got to kind of mix it. In football, obviously, that number is going to be a lot higher towards the actual like high school recruits. But like, still fill out your roster. Still find your Dalton Connect. Still find your Chaz Lanier, your Joey Aguilars, like in the transfer portal. But like, if you're going to actually compete with the elite teams, you're going to have some really good players that have been in your system for years that you watch grow.
So the one problem I have with this young, like predominantly freshman roster kind of argument is like, is that made up of just all the names, you know? Because
Sure.
are we talking like, you know, freshman running back Justin Baker, who might see the field on like a senior day or something like that kind of aspect? Or is it reflective to the depth chart where guys actually play? Because if you look at our depth chart, you know, it's mostly guys that are not freshmen, right?
Sure.
Like right now, Ty Redmond is pretty much the only freshman that plays.
Well, you're not going to probably play that guy you're talking about, the freshman on senior day, Bub. I think that's reserved for seniors. But I know what you mean. Like you're saying that are we overblowing the roster breakdown? And I think that's fair. I think that's a fair question. Now, you know, I would say throw in now moving forward David Sanders, and I would say, you know, Isaiah Campbell is a true freshman that got, I think, 20 damn snaps on the road at Mississippi State that's having to grow up quickly.
It's more so about the depth. Like, obviously, your starting guys most of the time are going to be your older guys. But when they go down, when they get banged up, who comes in next? I think we have less senior depth and junior depth than some of these teams. We're playing more young guys in the rotation.
Yeah, if you're just looking at seniors on this breakdown, Bubba, so like this isn't exactly what you're asking with the 2 deep, but like I do think this tells a story. Like Tennessee, highest percent of freshmen, 49.5. Also, lowest percentage of seniors at 9%.
What is that? Nathan Robinson, that white D lineman.
They're the only school,
Junior,
Bubba,
redshirt
under
sophomore, I want to say.
Yeah, he's a redshirt sophomore.
Okay.
Tennessee's the only school on here under 10% when it comes to seniors.
That's good. That's good for the future. That's good for next year. You hope you'll have an even better roster put together next year.
I don't have the too deep pulled up in front of me, Bubba, to go through and kind of look at the seniors versus freshmen. But like I feel like in our rotation, again, throw Staley in there. He's a freshman. It's not just Ty Redmond in terms of freshmen getting out there. I think there's quite a few more that are having to kind of get thrown into it. And like I said, add David Sanders to the mix now.
As Josh Heupel said in the offseason, our young guys don't have time to be young. That was a thing he kept saying.
Well, and that also got thrown into thrown it out the window and ramped up whenever you had injuries start piling up. Because in a perfect world, Ty Redmond wouldn't even be playing really this year.
Right. Yeah, you'd have Gibson and McCoy and Colton Hood. Where does he fit in?
But with that being said, I think most of the other schools would have probably prioritized overpaying some third or fourth corner to have them there as a backup in case one of your guys get hurt. And instead, Tennessee was like, hey, we'll roll with a true freshman. Like, we're fine with that guy being number 4 on our depth chart.
Imagine if you had Gibson and McCoy and Colton Hood was having trouble seeing the field. It's like you got a first-round talent who's like trying to work his way in there. He's like showing that he's one of the best corners on the team, but you get these guys that have been there, and like obviously you're not going to put him over McCoy, but Gibson, he'd be hot on Gibson's trail, I'm sure.
Also, I think it's fair. We need to point out Jesse Perry, still a freshman as well, like in this equation.
It'd be like when Alvin Kamara was your backup running back.
Jesse Perry, still a freshman. Jack Vandesleer, he was kind of your second tight end. I think he's kind of taken that spot in overtime. He was the one on the field for Deshaun Bishop's touchdown run. So, like, you might see that another freshman kind of start getting more and more reps.
Van Dorselaer.
Tennessee's youth movement, we all hope, it pays off next year and the year after. But it seems as if it's kind of paying off this year as well. Like, some of those guys we mentioned are pretty good players, especially the redshirt freshmen, right? Especially Perry and Staley. Now all of a sudden you throw in Sanders, Redmond. If you can get 5 or 6 freshmen making big impacts, to go along with the gaggle of sophomores making impacts, you can really start building that program. Then you stack another recruiting class. And that, Cody, is how we take the step from, hey, playoff contender, team that gets blown out by Ohio State. You take that and you hope you can take that next step forward and get to like where you're an actual championship level team.
Yeah, that's the hope. That's the hope. You got to have some depth in this league. And it's harder to have it now than it ever has been, I think.
Yeah, it is definitely harder to have the depth. You say that. I think really, to me, it comes down to, and I know you're not saying that it's the most important thing, depth, but like, you just gotta have top end talent. You gotta have blue chippers that play like blue chippers.
You do,
and
you do gotta have that.
You gotta have that. And I don't care. I would say most national championship teams aren't made up of seniors and juniors. I'd say a lot of them have like the sophomores who are studs that are on the field, the redshirt freshmen who are on the field that are studs. Like, I mean, you look at last year, Ohio State, they were carried by a true freshman, and their best defensive player was, Caleb Downs, a sophomore, right?
Yeah, I would still say the majority of the roster would probably be upperclassmen, though.
Sure, but I'm saying
you may have some standouts that are just blue chip talent.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that like you're not going to be predominantly made up by sophomores. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying you got to have impact young players. Like you can't just rely on juniors and seniors. You have to find the freshmen. You have to find the difference makers there.
Well, the best teams are probably the teams that are upperclassmen, and those guys are those impact players too. Like Georgia 2022,
Mm-hmm.
that was an older team, but it was also blue chip talent. Ideally you'd have both of those things hand in hand.
Sure.
But that's the thing with blue chips. They're not going to be seniors because those guys go to the NFL after their junior year.
Yep.
So, I mean, that makes sense.
All right. Good job by you, P team. The P stands for production, producing good content.
Power.
I retract the meow.
Meow. Meow. Meow.
Vanderbilt's cooked, by the way, too.
Vanderbilt, you kind of see the borrowed time thing. Now maybe that's going to be their model, Sam. Like maybe. Kind of how Ole Miss does the transfer portal. Maybe Vanderbilt year in year out is going to be like, hey, if you're a fifth-year guy, if you're a graduate guy that has some eligibility left, come get your grad, your post-grad degree, your whatever they're called. Cody's got 2 degrees. What are they called? Your graduate degree?
Master's degree.
Master's degree. There you go.
Well, I don't have that one.
Well, you got 2 degrees. That's usually what people mean. That's usually what people mean when they say they have 2 degrees.
Depends on who you're talking to.
Typically, when somebody says they have 2 degrees, we're talking about the masters. But yeah, maybe that's their model, Sam, because they're made up of 22% of graduates.
Even Ole Miss, though, has got 40% of freshmen on their roster.
Yeah. Yeah, Vanderbilt's got 16% freshmen, which, again, maybe that's their model. You've seen some basketball teams try that. Like, hey, we're not going to mess with freshmen. We're just going to take transfer portal guys. Feels hard to sustain, but 16% of freshmen, by far the lowest number. But if you're Vanderbilt, you might have to think outside the box and try to just hit on these Group 5 guys and hit on these guys coming up a level. Might be your best path because you can't really go out and spend. Like, if you're them, like, you'd rather spend your NIL money on proven guys versus you can't afford to spend all your money on high school guys and hit only like 10 of them. And I'd say
get in recruiting battles with other schools type of thing.
Exactly. Like you can't outspend, and then like, yeah, you can't afford, because I'd say in any good recruiting class, like there's still going to be like a 40% miss rate on most of them. You can't.
They kind of got to moneyball their way into it.
Yeah, yeah. So I kind of appreciate that with Vandy. Now we'll see if they're able to recreate it next year. Hour 1 of the books. We'll kick off hour 2 with some headlines. Stick with us. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 865-544-8220. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at men'sproKnoxville.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor. But we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, performance, Peyronie's, size and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic performance and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 865-544-8220. Or book in 30 seconds or less at men'sproKnoxville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
Ready to launch your career? Axle Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axle proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axle, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axle Logistics is the place to start your career.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Dick's House of Sport at Westtown Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, hit tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
All right, starting now.
All right, there we go.
50 states, 45 capitals. You're listening to Talk Sports.
Okay, Washington, Spokane, Oregon, Portland.
Airing every day from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Am I wrong, or is he already 0 for 2 on the capitals?
Am I
wrong, or is he already?
Oh yeah,
for 2 on the Capitals?
Oregon is Salem.
You already missed it. You don't get to go back. On 1340 WKGN.
Oregon is Salem.
No, because we just told you the answer.
No, you didn't. I'm not letting you get in my head.
Hour number 2 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Within some hour 2 headlines. What you got, Big Mac?
All right. Thanks, John. We've got all kinds of news today.
Newsman. I want to hear the news, man.
You bet. There's so much news. Just so much. I don't even know where to start, you know.
Take your time.
Because of all the great
news.
We
got plenty of time.
That we've got. YouTube TV and NBC looking to avoid a blackout. Looks like they're getting close on a deal.
Why do they do this all the time? Why can't we just bypass all the threats?
I guess money. They've reached a short-term agreement, according to NBC Sports here on MSN. They have, NBC, though, wouldn't be the worst one to me to lose. Although that's Sunday Night Football, though. NBC does dominate my Sunday evenings. I would hate to not be able to see that.
That's probably the only thing I would miss, though.
Yeah. Like I don't. Oh, the Notre Dame game's not on.
Now I will say, moving forward for me, this isn't going to be like a long-term thing. If they have a blackout, it'll last a couple days. But like moving forward, NBC will have the NBA again, and I'll want to watch that. But for most of the time, I don't watch anything on NBC. I don't really watch Saturday Night Live anymore. I also have Peacock. They'll put it up there. It'll be fine.
Sean Payton, the Broncos coach, is that's the sound he makes, is defending the tush push. Says the play is among the safest plays there is. There is. One of the safest plays there is. I don't know why that still doesn't sound right. The Broncos play the Eagles Sunday in Philly. I was one that stood up in favor of it, Sean Payton said. The reason I stood up is it's pretty simple. If the powers to be don't want it for aesthetic reasons or competitive reasons, it's hard to officiate, etc. But I've been involved in those meetings for a long time, and when all of a sudden health and safety was pulled into that, which might be the safest play in football, my BS nose kind of went up.
I understand what he means about it being the safest play in football, just in the sense of like, hey, it's the one play where you're not running full speed into each other. Like, how can it be the most dangerous play whenever you're not actually running full speed into walls, like having car crashes? I get what he means, because whenever people cry about the safety of it, I don't really see that as the real issue. I'm not worried about Jalen Hurts' safety. I'm worried about it being boring and not a good TV product and people not being able to stop it. That's what I care about.
Well, that's what Sean Payton's saying. It's BS, the safety thing. They were just looking for a reason, basically. He said, look, it's a quarterback sneak, and I credit Philadelphia. I'm one who looks at it as long as the line of scrimmage is clean, that it's a well-run quarterback sneak. And when you really evaluate it, it's the technique of the sneak more than the push. He then references the 1967 Ice Bowl. He says you go all the way back to Green Bay and Dallas in the Ice Bowl, and Bart Starr crossed the goal line with some pushing, a little bit of help from behind. So how about that?
I appreciate Sean Payton for coming out and saying that. I still want it to get out of the sport. And the problem is the line of scrimmage ain't clean. They still ain't got the line of scrimmage clean. They're still firing off too early. They're still lining up too far.
Well, that part, you got to officiate that better. I mean, if the guys are jumping off sides, you got to flag them. Like, you can't have that. The Dodgers advanced to face the Phillies.
Yeah, we already talked about it. We already mentioned it.
Shohei Ohtani going to get the start.
Oh, really?
Game 1, yeah.
Really? Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, how about that?
So Shohei Ohtani versus Bryce Harper. Are those the two best players in the NL, basically? I mean, I know Mookie Betts has had his.
Is Bryce Harper still?
That's kind of what I'm asking. Is Bryce Harper still at the top?
I mean, yeah, he's still a really good hitter. I mean, that's what they're billing it as. Like the first graphic I saw was Ohtani and Harper. It's like a whole Star Wars kind of thing.
Well, I mean, to me, a very, very casual, a very, very, very casual baseball observer, to me, that does interest me. The idea of Bryce Harper versus Shohei Ohtani and two of the biggest stars that's appealing.
Bubba, did you see that one of your Colts players has abruptly retired?
I did.
Veteran corner Xavier Howard. He signed with the Colts in August, hoping to revive his career after a year away from the NFL. But after 4 games, the 4-time Pro Bowler has decided to abruptly reverse course, says ESPN. He retired. Family first.
I had a dream last night that Dak Prescott retired. That he decided, I'm done. That he had gotten a concussion in the Packers game and was like, you know what, this franchise ain't going nowhere. I've got enough money. I'm going to retire. That's what I dreamed last night.
How did Joe Milton's season turn out?
I didn't get that far. Did you see that video of him trying to throw a football to the delivery driver?
That poor guy.
Was there audio on that?
Yeah, there was.
Did the guy ask him to throw it as hard as he could? Okay.
Yeah. He said, just throw it at my body, not my head, please.
Okay. But he said he wanted to see how hard it was.
And Milton was like, you sure?
Okay.
The ball just was like,
now I'm suing for him breaking my fingers.
Yeah.
How I trapped Joe Milton into paying me 6 figures.
It also looked like a moving company. Like, was he just getting settled down in Dallas?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I just thought it was a delivery guy, but for some reason I assumed it was like a FedEx guy. I only barely watched the video. I fast forwarded to the part where Milton just fired it at him, and that was it. That's all my attention span could take.
Well, when it comes to mid-size cities that happen to be state capitals and places where people really like to fly in there just to get drunk and kind of tout their barbecue, and they move there to just become musicians, Nashville has beaten Austin in the U.S. Open Cup for their first major trophy for Tennessee Pro Sports. How about that?
Not counting it.
How about it's front page ESPN, Nashville champions.
What the hell is the U.S. Open Cup?
I don't know.
What is that?
Mid-season tournament doesn't count.
Yeah.
It's a mid-season tournament?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like, if you had told me it was even the MLS Cup, the MLS Championship, like, I know some people would really count it. Me personally,
one of my buddies was texting about this last night who does like soccer, and I was like, I will be actively rooting against Nashville SC tonight because I don't want my city's first championship to be a soccer team. And he was like, it's just an in-season tournament. I was like, all right, I can deal with that.
Well, the front page of ESPN, it says Nashville lifts first major trophy with Open Cup win. So
maybe they're saying the Nashville soccer team lists its first major trophy, not the state of Tennessee.
Yeah.
Which I think that's fair if you're saying, hey, this is a big deal for Nashville SC. Like, it's a big deal for them as a franchise. Like, I got no real beef with them, but I don't consider the state of Tennessee's championship drought to be over because they won whatever the hell the U.S. Open Cup is. I had no clue what it was. And I like to think I have at least a decent finger on the pulse of a lot of this sports stuff, but I didn't have any clue what the U.S. Open Cup was. If they win an MLS championship, Sam, will you count that?
I guess.
It almost feels more embarrassing.
Yeah, I just don't want it.
Yeah. I mean, the Titans ain't winning one anytime soon.
No, Titans ain't going to do it. Preds definitely aren't either, but
maybe the Grizzlies stay healthy.
I'd rather just suffer for a while than let the soccer team be my first state championship.
I don't think Memphis is going to share with us. They're going to be the whole like, oh, we won the championship, not Tennessee.
I don't want Memphis either, to be honest with you. I'll just suffer throughout the Preds and Titans existence.
Just sit in that pain.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes
I've done it long enough. Might as well keep going.
Feels good sometimes. Lane Kiffin says dynasties are over for the SEC.
Let's wait and see who wins the SEC championship. Like, it's very wacky right now. And like, hey, there's by the odds, by the percentages, there was like, there's a 50% chance that like somebody like Missouri or Ole Miss or Vandy or Texas A&M, teams that never have won anything big in the SEC, that they are going to be the SEC champions. And if that's the case, then I'll listen to Lane Kiffin. But if we get there and it's Alabama versus Georgia again, I'll say, okay, never mind.
In my opinion, dynasties are over. Kiffin told ESPN Wednesday. Alabama with Coach Saban and then Kirby at Georgia, where Kiffin calling it a dynasty, where they had those rosters year in, year out, and there would be a bunch of wins by 30 points in the conference. Those days are done. When I was at Alabama, they'd be like, go watch the outside linebackers. And then there's 6 of them over there that are first-round picks. That's not going to happen anymore because if they don't play, then they're going to leave. They can't keep them all anymore.
Yep.
So kind of what we were talking about last hour, his reasoning makes sense.
And ultimately, I think that's really good for college football.
Yeah, I do too. I like going into the year not knowing who's going to be the champion.
Well, I can't say I don't know who the champion is going to be because, unless it's not Ohio State or Georgia this year, then I'm not going to, those two teams, I want to make sure they don't win it because, it looks like Ohio State's just as good as they were last year.
Does it?
Yeah, I mean, definitely in the regular season. What they did to Washington this weekend was pretty impressive.
24-6.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. That Washington team was supposed to have a good offense, and they completely choked them out. Now, look, you can only do so much with stats through the first 5 weeks. I get that, but statistically, their defense is better this year than it was last year.
It's disgusting.
I think their defense definitely.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying their offense is better. I'm just saying as a team, and definitely in the regular season, because I mean they were pretty mid last year in the regular season.
Yeah,
until they decided to flip the switch. Now we'll see, but I just can't say we don't know who's going to win the title because last year Ohio State was supposed to win, they won.
Yeah, their defense is stout. I mean, they've given up 7-0-9-6 in their games. 2 of those against Texas and Washington, so not all scrubs. It depends on if that quarterback comes along. If he fits in, if he establishes his role and doesn't make mistakes and beat them.
So, I don't know if I just can't call it wide open until I see someone not named Ohio State or Georgia win it this year.
I think Oregon's gonna. They probably got something for them this year, but they don't play in the regular season. So
it didn't make much sense to me in the preseason while Oregon was getting to fly under the radar. No pun intended. Because some people say their mascot doesn't fly. I don't know the rules of air.
Ducks fly.
Yeah, but they have there's certain types of ducks that don't fly apparently. There's a whole argument about it.
Lame ducks?
They don't really fly, but just certain types of ducks that don't fly, I'm pretty sure.
I saw a clip from Brooks yesterday saying that he's already penciling in Oregon, Ohio State as that Big Ten championship game. And he said it's just going to be a dogfight.
Well, I mean, that's what it's going to be. Like, yeah.
If you told me
it ain't going to be Penn State.
If you told me that, like, yeah, he was penciling them in the national championship, I would find that noteworthy. But if you tell me he's just penciling them in the Big Ten championship, that doesn't really, doesn't really do much for me.
I want to get on the record too that I'm penciling that in as well, and also that the sun's going to rise tomorrow because Penn State, they ain't gonna
What if Indiana pulls off the impossible?
Yeah, it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, I was gonna say Indiana is alive, but that's really kind of the only competition now, right? That USC lost. I mean, they ain't gonna make it. They ain't gonna run the table.
If Michigan still has Ohio State's number, their schedule ain't that bad right now.
Wouldn't that be something?
Michigan
beat them again.
Michigan.
I'm just saying their schedule's not bad. USC's their hardest game home, probably outside of Ohio State.
While we're on the Big Ten, apparently the Big Ten is discussing a $2 billion private capital deal that would infuse at least $2 billion into the league. That's a lot of money.
I think I saw a tweet too from someone on the board of regents, I think, for Michigan, talking about like how bad of an idea that is for the conference, and like it's just going to ruin publicly funded universities and stuff like that. He was calling out other schools, being like, "Hey, I hope you guys vote against this too." Private equity getting into college football just doesn't feel right.
But Monty Jones, I think, laid it out, but he said it just basically as good as you could say it. There's not really been anything that private equity has gotten into that things have gotten better.
Yeah.
Like pretty much everything that private equity has gotten their hands on, it's gotten worse. It's gotten gutted. It's gotten worse. Very rarely does private equity come in and you say, oh, this is good. This is good change. Any other headlines?
Nah.
Sam, did you have any thoughts on John Robinson's Instagram post yesterday?
I mean, what a clown.
Yeah, I didn't really have a lot of hate for him until now.
Really?
I mean, like, I thought he was bad at his job.
Our franchise.
No. But, like, I didn't think he was malicious about it. I just thought he was bad at his job. Like, I didn't think he was doing, like, sabotaging it. And I thought that he maybe had some shame with it. Like, don't get me wrong, Sam. Not defending John Robinson. He sucked at his job.
You're saying like he's kind of stayed out of the public image
like
after
Jeremy
he
Pruitt.
screwed up the.
Jeremy Pruitt sucks.
Yeah.
Jeremy Pruitt, but I don't really have any reason to hate Jeremy Pruitt. Like, he got offered a job. He took it. I feel like he tried when he was here. I don't really hate Jeremy Pruitt. Butch Jones, on the other hand, he was kind of a jerk. Whenever he left, he's smoking cigars and kind of taking shots. I don't like Butch Jones. Derek Dooley, don't really have a problem with Derek Dooley. He tried. John Robinson, I kind of put those in the try category of like, hey, he tried. He sucked.
Did Derek Dooley try?
Maybe you could, you didn't know recruiting offensive lineman. Yeah, I know. But like, I don't think that he was necessarily, let me just say, like, he's taken the high road since he left. Derek Dooley hasn't really ran down Tennessee since he left, unless I missed it. Like, has he?
No.
Yeah, so that's really all I'm saying. Is like, Dooley had a job he shouldn't have had.
Isn't it interesting that two of the three coaches that failed miserably here were a Georgia plant and an Alabama plant? Dooley and Pruitt.
It does make you wonder. But like Robinson, disgraced, but like I'd see him do a media hit and he seemed to be somewhat open, like, hey, I messed up, did some wrong things. But for him to get on Instagram and wish a birthday to his woman, which she looks great for 46, by the way. An attractive woman for 46. Mm-hmm. Good for her. And I guess it's still my fault. # we ass. If you know, you know.
We ass because of you.
Yeah, buddy, it is your fault. That's how it works in the NFL. We are reaping what you sowed. It's not fun. Like, you sowed Isaiah Wilson and Christian Fulton as two of our top picks in 2020.
Not even Caleb Farley, not Christian Fulton.
Well, I was going to say 21. You chose Caleb Farley.
Sean Evans.
You traded A.J. Brown and drafted Traylon Burks. When you look at the draft picks that you used, that's why we asked. Yes, it is your fault. You had maybe the 3 worst drafts back to back to back in NFL history. It'd be hard to find a franchise, at least in modern history, that had 3 straight worst three straight worst drafts. Cody, I'm going to start naming players. You stop me when you hear somebody worth a damn. Traylon Burks, Roger McCreary,
family friend,
Nicholas Petit-Frere, Malik Willis, Hassan Haskins, Chig Okonkwo.
Stop.
Kyle Phillips, he's okay. Theo Jackson, Chance Campbell.
I don't know those guys.
Okay, those are late round picks. Caleb Farley, Dylan Radden.
Caleb Farley good?
No, Caleb Farley's not any damn good.
I don't know if they're good. I just know the names.
Monty Rice, Elijah Molden, Des Fitzpatrick, Rashad Weaver. These guys aren't even in the NFL anymore. Racy McMath, Brady Breeze.
We took Des Fitzpatrick over Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Well, that's tough when you put it that way. Not like everybody else took Amon-Ra St. Brown, but it is tough when you see Des Fitzpatrick.
He was picked like 3 picks after Des Fitzpatrick was.
Yeah, I was going to say it's
Did
tough.
you say Brady Breeze?
Yeah, it's a pretty cool name. Isaiah Wilson.
He got cut before training camp ended.
Isaiah Wilson, Christian Fulton, Darrington Evans. Those are, first, second, third round picks. They all stink.
Yeah, I don't know any of those guys.
Oh, my God. So, yes, John Robinson, it is your fault that #we asked. Yeah, I am blaming you. Let's go to break. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Streaming worldwide at fanrunradio.com and on the free Fan Run app. This is Big Orange Country's sports talk radio superstation. Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Citizens National Bank.
Kick off this football season with a CNB Plus Perks checking account. Move downfield with free online and mobile banking. And cross the goal line with extended evening hours and Saturday banking. Banking at CNB has its perks. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia, courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys, every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue, located in beautiful Cove Lake State Park. Rickard Ridge is home of the best ribs in the volunteer state. Smoked daily by pitmaster Mark Rickard. The barbecue at Rickard Ridge is mouth-watering, fall-off-the-bone delicious. Take the scenic drive up I-75 to exit 134. For directions and to look at the rest of the menu, visit Rickard Ridge online at rickardridgebbq.com.
Fall fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Have you ever found yourself wishing your clothes looked brand new again? Whether it's your favorite suit,
that little black dress, or your comfy winter coat, Crown Cleaners can make it happen. From stubborn stains to delicate fabrics, the expert team at Crown Cleaners uses the latest cleaning technology to ensure your clothes come back looking and feeling fresh. Visit one of their 2 area locations, Kingston Pike on Bearden Hill or South North Shore Drive near Dunkin' Donuts. Online at crowncleaners.com. Crown Cleaners, a tradition of excellence.
Expanding it to 76 would have really helped Tennessee make a handful more tournaments. You know what I mean? Like we would have made some in 2013 and hell, maybe even 2015. I don't remember, just how bad it was for Donnie, but I feel like for a little bit we were on the bubble. But I forgot what it feels like. I think I'd be okay with going to 76. Just because I've when I say I've forgotten what it feels like, Sam, it also means I've forgotten what it's like to actually pay attention to the bubble. It's been years since I've cared about those last handful of teams, anyways. But you seem like you're vehemently against this.
Extremely, and I just know that it's going to be the committee giving it to incredibly average power conference teams instead of the teams that maybe had a really, really good year in the mid-major and maybe lost their conference championship or something like that, and probably are a tournament team, but they got upset in their conference title game, and now they're not going to be able to make it. But we're just going to give it to, LSU, who had an average season, instead of Drake or something like that.
Now, what if that changes, though? Because those teams are kind of drawn dead with the way it is now at 68, because I think those teams really don't have a chance in hell now. You saw, 2 years ago with St. Louis with the big goofball down there, not St. Louis, but Indiana State, excuse me. But the big goofball there, I maybe
just don't
if
trust the committee, I guess is what I'm saying.
Maybe if it's 76, those teams get in. You can afford a couple of those flyers now.
I would hope.
Because I actually think the opening round, I don't really like the opening round as it is now. And by opening round, I mean the play-in,
first 4 thing.
Yeah, we get the first 4, and 2 of those games are 1s versus 16s, which we watch just because we're wanting to trick ourselves and actually thinking the tournament started and these teams can. Hey, they're having their moment. We watched. But, we know those teams ain't doing anything. So, all of a sudden, you could add, other games, 5-6 games that we actually care about. Maybe it's, a double header, a triple header. Maybe we get some basketball from 4, 7, and 10 those nights. And the tournament, all of a sudden, if you tell me the tournament starts on Tuesday and you have those games, it feels like the tournament kind of starts on Tuesday. versus like, hey, you get one game a night that actually matters on Tuesday and Wednesday. Those to me just makes me like not even like check in on them really.
I think it could or it should pave the way for a team that, like, those mid-major teams that dominate the entire season and they go like, 32-4 or whatever, but then they lose their conference tournament.
Yeah. Sam was just talking about them.
Like, you would think that one of those teams should get in. One of those old like Murray State teams from back in the day.
Sam's saying he doesn't think they would still get in. I kind of disagree. I think if you did expand to 76, those teams would have a much better chance than actually get in. And I think ultimately we'd all be okay with that. Slippery slope. I don't want it to go, much further past that, but maybe because I just don't remember life on the bubble, maybe because I don't really care about those poverty teams.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a perennial bubble team, like who's on the bubble all the time now? Like Ole Miss,
Arkansas.
Yeah, teams like that. I mean, it's probably good news for you.
So 76 teams, they said it would be a 12-game opening round. So 12-game opening round means 24 teams would have to play that. So basically, I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot. So basically, you're removing the, quote, automatic qualifier for like the bottom. Would that be the bottom 24 at-large teams, basically? Is that what they're telling us? I mean, I'm sure they'll still sprinkle some of the 1-16 matchups in there, I would imagine. So maybe all four of those have to play by, games. I don't know. But so now if you're telling me the teams that barely get in now have to earn their way in, I think that actually becomes more intriguing. Now, it sucks if you're a team that's like 50th on the list, where you would have been a comfortable like 12 seed in most years. Now you actually have to fight for your life. That sucks for you. But I think from a fan perspective, a TV perspective, that'd be pretty fun to watch.
You'll end up having some teams with like losing records or close to losing records, or maybe not losing records, but close to 500. Like the SEC was so deep last year, they kept talking about, hey, 8-10 in this league, you might get in. So,
Bubba, are we unmuted on the video?
Okay.
Thank you. The freaks were freaking out.
I just don't like watering it down.
Is this actually watering it down, though?
I mean, I think it just opens the door for a lot of average teams that didn't really have tournament resumes that are just going to be tournament teams now.
No, you're right about that. But if we still don't really consider it in the sixth, because I feel like I'm not going to think about the tournament actually starting until like it's 64. Does that make sense?
Right. That's kind of where I'm looking
just keep
at
it at 64.
But
yeah,
but to me,
the tournament doesn't start till 64, so we'll expand it to 120 something, and we'll just let me know when we get down to 64, and I'll start paying attention then.
But can you have that take while also like talking about the teams that barely miss that you think you would want to watch, like the Indiana States, like, because you're telling me that you think there's quality basketball teams that don't make the tournament, correct? So like watching them play meaningful games, I know like by definition, adding more stuff to it could be seen as watering it down. But like I actually think you'd be adding good games here that would ultimately like make the experience better. So to me, it's adding good games.
I'm just saying I don't trust the committee to pick the right teams in this expansion. Like I just think it turns more into, hey, let's pander to the SEC and the Big 10 and the Big 12 and the teams that, to Cody's point, are hovering around 500 on the season. Well, let's just give them a shot because they were playing really good competition. But I still just think you're going to overlook the 30-win team that played in a conference that's not as strong.
And I think it's fair to have those concerns. But like, let's say of the 8 new spots, 6 spots go to the terrible teams you're talking about, the Mississippis of the world. But like 2 of them go to the mid-major darlings that choked. Like, is that not a net positive for them and for the viewing experience? Like, to have a real Cinderella get a shot. Like, I do think that's adding to the experience ultimately. As long as 1 or 2 of those teams get a chance, and if like 1 or 2 of them prove themselves to be legit, like I think that's ultimately a good thing for the sport and those programs ultimately, creating new stars and creating new mid-majors that matter.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I think it's the same type of concern that I have with like college football playoff expansion, where I just don't know if I trust the committee to get the right people in there to like, even if it does expand, I just don't know if I trust them to pick the right quality teams.
It's going to be 17-15 Texas versus 17-15 Michigan.
The thing is, I will probably watch those games. I will probably watch those games. I would rather watch those games than the 16 versus 16 playing games that are in the tournament. So, like from a TV perspective, I'd pay more attention to it, especially if you have 4 of them on one night and you're doing like a whole tournament staggering thing.
My brain just automatically jumps back to that Colorado State, Virginia play-in game that everyone was saying like these two teams don't deserve to be in the tournament, and you were watching like a first to 40 goes and wins this game.
Sure, but that's also why I can't call it watering down, because I feel like what they're doing now is not very good with those play-in games and those 4 extra teams. So like it's weird, but add 8 new teams and maybe we get 4 good games out of it, and I think ultimately that would be better than what they're doing now, where we get maybe 1 good game that we actually care about in the first 4 on Tuesday and Wednesday.
68-76. I mean, those teams now feel that they have a tournament resume. Like those are still teams that are at least vying for the tournament. So if you look at it like you do, like you're saying, just look at it as the field doesn't really start until it's 64 anyway. Like I think if you keep it in that lens, if you view it in that lens, then it's not really hurting anything.
But yeah, if you get to 128, like, if you get to 96, then sure, we have a different conversation. But
yeah,
I think I'm okay with it. I know there'll probably be a lot of people upset about it, but I think I would be excited to actually have the tournament feel like it started on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Do you think it stops at 76?
Well, that's always the question, Sam. More. You know what I mean? I don't have the answer for you there. I would lean towards no. I would lean towards no. Once they take an inch, they'll take a couple more, and the next thing you know, you've given them a mile. Like that's typically how society and sports and money works. Typically, same with the 12-team college football playoff. It wasn't very long before like, hey, let's do 16 or let's go all the way to 24. And I was like, hey, I just started getting on board with the 12-team playoff. I just realized how fun it was last year. Let's stay around here for a while. Nope, going to 24. I don't really want to do that. That's no good. We'll see, though. Ross Dellinger says it is inching that way, and usually when he says something like that, that means it's coming, and they're just bracing us for it. Okay, commercial time. Let's pay some bills. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Hey Knoxville, Surfside iced tea and vodka made with real brewed tea is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, 0 carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Fan Run is giving away a huge prize package.
That's a big box. What's in there?
You're going to want to find out.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
A winner will be drawn live on Halloween during Fan Run Friday at Calhoun's on the River.
To learn how you can earn entries, make sure you're tuning in daily to Fan Run Radio and following us across all of our social media platforms on Facebook, YouTube, X, TikTok, and Instagram.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game, Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Ready to launch your career? Axel Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axel proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axel, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axel Logistics is the place to start your career. Thursday night means it's sports trivia night over at Barley's. Go win some gift cards. Answer some questions about sports. Barley's in the old city. Enjoy some pizza. Enjoy some Jameson, some Surfside, some White Claw. We got a lot of booze sponsors around here, and I love them all. That's all I drink now. Cut a check to the station, I drink you. You're delicious. I recruit you to cut a check to the station. It's a circle of life. Barley's, pizza, booze, sports trivia. What else could you need? Some Thursday night football tonight as well. Have yourself an evening at Barley's Sports Trivia. Cody, we got a line out for the Tennessee-Arkansas game. A point spread has been released.
I'd just like to say real quick.
Okay.
I know you like seltzers. I know you like bourbon. I would love to know. I know you like vodka. Like everything you've ever done reads for, you've been honest about because you actually have drank it.
Yeah.
I would love to know if we just had like a major beer sponsor. If you would say the same, if you're just like, because you don't like beer, you know?
I would simply just tell
like,
you.
I love beer.
No, I would simply have you do it.
Well, yeah, that would work.
Yeah. I don't give personal endorsements to things I don't personally use.
But the things you are endorsing, you actually do use.
That's right.
Which is good.
I like to build some confidence with my audience. I'm not out here trying to sell them stuff that I don't.
But
I don't think is good.
Had White Claw never come along, had they just been had they been like, yeah, we're gonna Coors Light or whatever.
Well, we had
like,
Miller Lite for a while. Shout out to our guys over at Cherokee. They
did.
gave us Miller Lite for voluntary action. I made you do the commercials and talk about it. When we had,
what if I didn't like beer?
When we had Hops and Hollers, they just sold beer for a while, and I said I don't really drink the beer, but I hang out. It's a fun place to be, which I agreed with. And then they got seltzers, like boom, this is perfect. That's the way it works. I want my audience to have confidence in me. I'm not a phony. I'm not a fraud.
So you just be honest. That's the answer.
I think I would just be like, hey, here's the keys of here's what beer offers, is what I would say. I wouldn't all of a sudden tell people, now I'm drinking it. I love it. And I wouldn't do that. I'd kick it to you.
I never liked beer in my life, but I've been getting this check lately, and you know, if you ice it down, hell, it's pretty good.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't do that. I'd ask you to do it.
I love smoke cold beer.
Or Sam or Bubba. I'd be like, hey,
somebody's bound to like beer.
You guys have a personal endorsement. That's what we try to do here.
I love beer.
That's what we try to do here. Got an early point spread for Tennessee, Arkansas.
All right. You want me to guess it?
I want Bubba to guess it first.
Okay.
We're going counterclockwise.
So I got a number in my head.
We'll go Tennessee 6.5.
Tennessee 6.5. Sam?
Tennessee 10.5.
Tennessee 10.5. Cody?
I'm going higher. I'm going Tennessee 13.5, 14.5, right in there.
I wanted to say that.
You don't get to guess two things.
All right, Tennessee 13.5.
Ding, 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 ding. Cody, you are our big loser, idiot.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. It's 13.5. You're the winner.
Well, how about that?
Good job.
Right on
by
the
you.
money.
I got him. I tricked him.
I'm pretty good at these usually.
I made him think he was good, and then I made him think he was bad. He shrugged his shoulders like, actually, you're good. We call that the triple deke. I got him. I got him
I'm
good.
usually pretty good on the spreads. I should move to Vegas. Be a sharp.
I did see yesterday, Petrino said they've already started using yesterday's practice for Tennessee prep during their bye week. They're going 2 weeks to Tennessee.
They might as well. Do all you can, Bobby.
Is that uncommon?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I would imagine that we've gotten at least I would imagine our staff has obviously started scouting Arkansas. I don't know if it's like implemented into like the practice game plan yet.
Sure.
I got the game plan for Heupel if he wants me to suggest, like if he's wondering what he should do, if he's kind of wrestling with how to attack this Arkansas defense. I got a game plan.
Okay, what is it?
Run left, run middle, run right, throw to Brazel.
It could be that simple.
Throw the ball up in the air and have Brazel go get it.
Did you see? I mean, Notre Dame was kicking their ass just with screens and outs. Like it was a pretty simple game plan. And Arkansas just at a certain point decided, like, hey, we don't want to tackle anymore. We're not really interested in doing that. We're good.
How much better can that defense get in 2 weeks, do you think? Because typically, and this might just be me being wrong, but in my history of ball watching, typically when I see a defense that can't tackle, that doesn't really get better.
Definitely not in a week. Yeah, 2 weeks. Like that's not a coaching change. Now you could say that some of the tackling is just effort thing, and maybe the boys lock in and like they put forth some effort.
You could say that. You could say that maybe they were just going through the motions. I mean, but they shouldn't have been. I mean, they were 2-2, but like had Sam already lost that team to the point where, because they went down and scored the first drive against Notre Dame. So I don't think that they were like just checked out or that they shouldn't have been.
Well, they went down and got a field goal.
Yeah. Well, they scored.
Yeah. Went down and got a field goal against the Notre Dame defense.
But the rest of that,
pretty sweet.
Yeah, but the rest of that first half, I mean, they didn't do a damn thing defensive. They just couldn't stop Notre Dame. And Notre Dame's got a real nice running back. I mean, that he's a good player. Forget his name.
Starts with the J.
Most of them do.
Human Emotion is his last name.
Jeremiah Love.
Ding, ding, ding.
He's a fine player. So, I mean, I just think that there's a good chance that we're going to really, really test that defense. We're going to put a lot of pressure on that defense. Like
he looked awesome against them. We'd been kind of waiting, the first game against Miami, like for some reason the game plan didn't include giving Jeremiah Love the ball against Miami. He didn't touch it very often, but then against Arkansas, I was like, hey, here's a dump down pass to the right. All right, here's a little tricky screen back to the left. This little throwback play gets you an open field. Okay, we're going to do another one of those. Bada boom, bada bing. And next thing you know, boom, 180 yards and 3 touchdowns.
I mean, that defense, they gave up 41 to Ole Miss. They gave up, 32 to Memphis. Lost both of those games. Like, I just don't see a world where they really slow us down. Not based on what I've seen from Tennessee this year.
Well, I don't know. Are you worried about the defense?
5 straight games over 40 points. Tennessee's defense?
Yeah, I mean you've been beating the drum about worrying about our defense. So
I'm not big on our defense right now, but I'm talking about the other side of the ball right now.
Well, I know, but if we can't get stops either, then you just feel like a shootout.
Well, no, I don't think that's going to be the case because I think we're going to get Jemiah McCoy back, right? That's kind of where this is trending.
Oh, there's the cop-out.
Well, I'm just saying, I think he makes a huge difference. That's a damn All-American out there.
There's the cop-out.
He's a damn All-American. He's a first-round draft pick. So I think that makes all the difference in the world. But I would worry a little bit about a shootout otherwise. But when I say shootout, what I mean is like not back and forth 52-49. I'm not thinking that kind of shootout. I think it'd be more like our defense gets a stop here and there. We make some plays. We got better players on defense, like more like an 11-point shootout, or something, 52-38 or something like that, maybe. But I don't think it'd necessarily be that kind of game if we get McCoy back on the field. I think it very well could be an.
I don't think there's too many teams around the conference that you feel uncomfortable getting in a shootout with at home.
No. I mean, I think, once you went out there and put 40, points on Georgia, I think you feel like you can go out there and score with anybody, especially at home. Now, whether or not that Georgia defense ends up being the Georgia defense that we thought it was, that's yet to be seen. I think as the season goes along, we might have even more regrets about losing to that Georgia team if they end up going 9-3 or so. Like, we might be like, this Georgia team's not great.
There's also the flip side of looking at it, and I'm not looking at it this way, but I've heard this narrative this week.
Negative Cody.
Let's
hear. Let's listen to what he heard on the drive. Let's hear what the negative caller said. Let's hear it.
It was the Basilio show.
Let's listen to what the negative callers on the Basilio show said. Let's hear it.
Let me preface before you put words in my mouth again that I'm not saying this. I'm just saying
sky's falling.
There's some people that
fire
have
hypo.
No, it's that the offense actually, only put up 27 points against Mississippi State.
Yeah,
your defense made some plays in that game to get you more points.
Sure,
and you had a couple special teams returns and things like that. So. The offense really maybe wasn't as impressive as it could have been against Mississippi State is the narrative.
Yeah, there. I mean, I think that narrative is completely fair. I mean, I think we said that on Monday morning talking about the opportunities you blew.
So,
I think we looked at that and said, hey, offensive pass interference got called, cost you a touchdown, cost Joey 60 yards and a touchdown. Hey, Mike Matthews, catch the ball. That's a 70-yard touchdown if you catch it. Hey, Big Kitzelman, hold on to the ball. I think we said all those things.
Yeah.
But I would say that you played poorly and scored 27 points. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, I mean, when you consider all those plays, had they gone the other way.
Yeah, I look at that as a positive, not a negative. Like, hey, clean up some things, stop shooting yourself in the foot, and all of a sudden this offense throws for 450 yards. And
that's on the road.
And 3 touchdowns. Yeah, it's so weird, how people still want to be negative about the team. And I'm not even saying you have to act like everything's sunshine. I'm not saying you have to act like there's no flaws here. But people, I think, yearn for the times when we were bad and they could just complain.
I don't think it's that they want to be negative. I think it's just that they want desperately to take that next step, and they want to see the evidence of the fact that we have, It's everybody wants to win a championship. Everybody wants Tennessee to be a championship team. But it's like when you see these old cracks that you've seen in the past, I think it's hard for some people to get past, things that they've seen before.
To me, I think we're just really comparing ourselves to the Georgias and Alabamas of the conference. And I just think you do have to zoom out a little bit and say look at where this program was at when Josh Heupel took it over compared to Georgia and Alabama and how healthy those programs are. Even though we are in, year 5, it takes a little bit of time to be able to knock off the top.
Well, not only that, Sam, and you're 100% right, but when you look around, do you not feel like you're right there with Georgia and Alabama? Now, I feel like we're right there with both of those
starting
programs
off on
now.
the wrong footing.
Yeah, we're there, man. Like you said, you want to get to be a championship level. Now, if you're talking about SEC championship level, I think we're there.
I think people want it so bad that
they don't.
Anything that goes.
I think there's plenty of people that don't want it.
Well,
I think there's plenty of people that just being
miserable.
Yeah, I think those are the people.
Are.
I think those are some of the people you're talking about that are complaining about the offense scoring 27 points and tying the game and winning it on the road and being able to survive that game. I think there's a lot of people that wishes we would have lost.
Nobody wishes we would have
lost. 100%. There's people out there.
You think there's people that just live in
the people that
they want us to be bad?
The people that call into the post-game shows talking about firing coaches after wins wish we would have lost so they could fire those coaches.
I don't.
100%.
I think they're just negative people.
There are people out there right now that do not think Josh Heupel is a championship level coach. There are people in our fan base that think that Josh Heupel cannot win a championship. right?
And that he should be fired?
Well, if you tell me that everyone's goal is to win a championship and they think that Josh Heupel isn't a championship coach, how do you say so confidently that they don't want him fired?
Well, there's some nuts out there. I mean, there's some people that are nutty.
There are people out there that think we'll never get over the hump with Josh.
I mean, Josh doesn't have any championships so far.
See, Bubba's one of these guys. But Bubba picked us to go 7.
Look at the trophy case.
Bubba, but that's fine. You haven't done it yet. That doesn't mean you can't do it. Just because you haven't done it doesn't mean you can't. I haven't gone to pick up lunch yet today, but guess what? At some point today, I'm going to pick up lunch. I'm going to do that. I feel confident that I have the ability to do this thing. But no, there are plenty of people out there, Cody, that already has made the declaration that Josh Heupel cannot win a championship, that they will never win big here at the University of Tennessee, that last year was a fluke, that we weren't even any good last year. Ohio State exposed how bad we were, that this is all like smoke and mirrors. There's 100% people out there in our fan base that thinks that.
Well, if you want to talk about last year, I mean, that's fine. I think we were really good defensively. I think we had in hindsight, it's pretty easy to see that we had a pretty bad quarterback last year, or not a bad quarterback, but a pretty average at best quarterback.
Yeah, that's fine. But like, I think if you feel that way, you should be happy you went 10-2 and feel good about your coach, like getting you to the playoff and having you in the top 10 with a pretty bad quarterback.
Well, that's how an optimist might view it.
Well, I think it's how you should just view it in general, especially now.
Yeah,
that
but there's some people that just view things pessimistically,
right? And those people want Josh Heupel fired. Yes.
Well, I don't know that they necessarily are wanting him fired. Like I agree. I get what you're saying. There are some nuts out there that would fire him today and try something different. But
you yourself said people's goals to win a championship. Like, people are so desperate and so hungry to win a championship.
Yeah, but I think people just get so emotionally invested in these games sometimes, and it's like any little thing that goes wrong, it's hard for some people to snap it clear.
Well, I know Georgia fans calling for Kirby Smart's name after losing to Alabama. You got to think that there's people in Tennessee's fan base that are thinking the same thing about our coach.
We see it. Yeah. Hell, Cody wants to fire Rick Barnes every time he loses in the Elite Eight. Like,
no,
I mean, like we have the same type of loons that think that.
No, I don't. I never said fire Rick Barnes.
We'll continue the conversation on the other side. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half. Simple luxury for on and off the course.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced, Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit MatlockTireService.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Hi, this is Bo Kregner from the Kregner Group at Realty Executives. And I know there's a lot of choices here in East Tennessee when it comes to choosing a realtor. Here's why the Kregner Group is different. At the Kregner Group, our motto is walking by faith, serving others. It's how I live my life. It's how I run my business. Here at the Kregner Group, we're committed to doing real estate the right way. Faith, honesty, integrity. The Kregner Group. Call me anytime at 865-742-1035 or visit my website at bonowshouses.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340. WKGN Knoxville and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
Yeehaw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app.
VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-88-99789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
Whether you're heading to work, taking the kids to school, or planning your next road trip, your car needs to be ready for the ride. Hi, I'm Russell Smith, and I've been a customer at Matlock Tire and Auto Service for about as long as I've been driving. For me, it all comes down to trust. Look, I'm not a car guy, and I just don't want to get taken advantage of on car maintenance costs. Matlock Tire Service is a family-owned and operated business, and they wouldn't have made it this long if they hadn't been providing trustworthy service you can depend on. They're the home of the price match guarantee, which means you can bring in any competitor's ad, and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. I've bought a lot of tires at Matlock over the years, and I always go there for my oil changes. You should too. They've got locations in Farragut, Hardin Valley, Lenoir City, Maryville, and Athens. Visit their website, matlocktireservice.com, to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment. Tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Honest service, quality work, dependable care, Matlock Tire and Auto Service.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports. Talk Sports.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports from 7 to 10. Overrated, underrated on Wednesday. Fan Run Radio, Talk Sports said, not in my house, I ain't talking to Kim, babe. Johnny Cody out here asking where the ops at. Tennessee Volunteers here for combat. It's the Cherokee Ghost, John Reed and Cody doing everything we can to bring Rocky Top back. Talk Sports from 7 to 10. Never leave a witness, never leave loose ends. Nico ain't nothing but a nuisance. 2026, we making new friends.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports.
Hour number 3 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. You got a good batch of headlines? Because I'd kind of like to just keep that conversation going a little bit. Do you have anything we need to really get to right off the top? You know what? Go ahead. Give me the headlines. The silence, I can tell.
Skip the news.
I can tell what the silence
It's the damn news. We do it every day, twice a day.
The silence means...
I forgot this or that topic, so we can do that instead if you want to do that.
The silence means that Cody wanted to do it. Just go ahead. Give me the news.
You can't skip the news. It's the top of the hour. New Orleans is set to host the college football playoff title game in January 2028. New Orleans, going back to the Caesars Superdome. How about that? Could Tennessee be there? Will we be partying in New Orleans in January 2028?
I think so.
You do?
I think we could be there.
You think we'll be in the national championship game? It will be the 14th title game in the CFP era. How about that? It's already been 14 years. Or it will have already been 14 years. Be played following the 27 regular season. Yeah, New Orleans will become the third city to host the title game for a second time. The game's also been to Atlanta twice and will make its second appearance in South Florida this season. Oh, that'd be a good one to make. Miami. That's where I want to go for a national championship game. Miami.
Well, you better start being nice to Josh.
What do you mean?
Better support our coach.
I do support our coach.
You got a lot of toxicity in you and your crew that you run around with.
I support our coach. I sent
Come
Josh.
on here. Oh, the defense ain't no damn good.
Well, I sent Josh a message this morning.
Defense ain't no damn good. Tighten it up. Come on, guys.
I said, Josh.
Oh, now the defense ain't no damn good. Now Cody's telling everybody the offense ain't no damn good.
What?
That's what you came on and you brought to the table last segment.
I didn't say that. I said people are saying that.
And you said it for them. You gave them even more of a platform.
I said people.
You made even more of a talking point.
Yeah, but it's not me saying it. It's just me reporting what I heard.
Well, people say some really bad stuff about you that I don't give them a platform. I just leave it alone.
Like what?
Well, someone in the chat's talking trash about you.
What are they saying?
I don't want to say it because it makes me sad to read.
Say it.
Cody, what was the name of your high school?
Batesville.
Well, Ivan writes in, Freaky Ivan. My cousin got his first start as a freshman against Cody's team in 2010, and Cody gave up 4 sacks to a freshman, is what Ivan has said. He said, did Cody play for Batesville High School? ? My cousin got his first start as a freshman against Cody's team in 2010, and Cody gave up 4 sacks to a freshman.
I don't think that we even threw the ball 4 times in a game, remembering my team. So I'd say that's pretty unlikely.
You would have been there in 2010, though, right?
Yeah, but I think
that been your junior year?
No, that would have been my senior year.
2010 is your senior year?
Yeah.
Your class of 2010?
Football season was 2010.
I thought you were 3 years younger than me.
Football season was 2010.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, class of 2011.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's that guy's last name?
Well, I don't know if his cousin's got his last name or not, but I'll ask him. I'll ask what the last name is. His last name's Motley. I don't know if his cousin's last name is Motley. Maybe he's still listening.
A Motley Crew. This guy has on an orange Tennessee shirt.
Well, yeah. You have on orange Tennessee shirts, and you have people in Arkansas, too. What the hell does it matter?
My cousin got his first start as a freshman. First of all, who would even remember that? Why would that even be
It's his first start.
Why would that even be a talking point?
You don't remember your first start?
We didn't play freshmen. This guy's trolling.
What do you mean you didn't play freshmen?
We didn't play against freshmen.
Huh? Sometimes
we played 10th grade to 12th grade. That was
freshmen couldn't play varsity?
No, and I never gave up 4 sacks. We didn't throw the damn ball.
No freshmen ever played varsity in your region?
I mean, occasionally there might have been.
This guy could get 4 sacks against your great offensive line. I mean, he must have been pretty special.
I never gave up 4 sacks because we never threw the damn ball. Like even if I gave up a sack or something like that. What school did your cousin play for there, Ivan?
We gotta get to the bottom of this.
This smells fishy to me because I certainly don't remember. I never gave up 4 sacks, and definitely not to a freshman. I mean, I was a much better run blocker than I was a pass blocker.
Yeah, you have said that. You have been on record saying that. Can you get back to the news? You said the news is important.
Well, it was. You interrupted it.
Well, I just said that. You don't have to say everything and give everybody
Iowa State has lost a pair of starting corners for the season.
Oh, no. Welcome to our reality. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck, Iowa State. You want to get ranked ahead of Tennessee?
Well, this is big news because
let's see what it looks like without two starting cornerbacks out there. Let's see what you can do.
This is big news because a lot of people are picking against them this week anyway. And so if that pass game is susceptible to being shredded, Cincinnati, people say they have a pretty good quarterback. Many people say that about Cincinnati's quarterback is that he's pretty good. Best active quarterback in Cincinnati even, maybe now that Joe Burrow's hurt.
Yeah.
So, it's a tough matchup for Iowa State going on the road against a decent quarterback. Both your corners are out. Might be a nice upset spot if you're looking for a pick this week. Chris Brazzell has been added to the Biletnikoff Award watch list. Biletnikoff. Chris Brazzell, they put him on there yesterday. The Tallahassee Quarterback Club Foundation, who gives away that award, presented annually, of course, to college football's most outstanding receiver. We had one just a couple of years ago. You remember Jalen Hyatt? He won this award.
Brazzell's off to a better start than he was.
Yep, well, Brazzell's finally getting a little respect.
Brazzell's off to a better start than Devonta Smith was in his Heisman year.
I heard that.
He's got a ways to go, obviously, to sustain it. And have the season overall that Smith had, but he's off to a better start through 5 games.
Clint writes in, my quarterback wasn't even sacked in 2010, which would check out because we, like I said, didn't really throw the ball much.
And just for the record, Clint, you know, I'm not the one making these accusations, but I got to say, buddy, you're not a very reliable, trustworthy source here because A, you're biased. B, you never paid me the $500 you owe me, so I feel like you're kind of a liar. So I don't know if I could trust Clint here.
Are we sure it wasn't Batesville, Mississippi?
I'm not sure of anything. I read you what I saw.
Lane Kiffin, speaking of trolls, Lane Kiffin has trolled Mississippi State. Did you see what he said yesterday on with the Big Cat and PFT on the Barstool show?
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Said, it was a tough game for Mississippi State. It's tough to win in Neyland.
Yeah, Brandon Walker was on the show. He's a Barstool personality, a well-known Mississippi State fan. And Kiffin had a couple analysts with him, and the Big Cat PFT were asking if they had any words for Brandon Walker. And Kiffin says, is that the Mississippi State guy? Ask him how that game Saturday was in Neyland Stadium. And Big Cat didn't immediately get it, and he said, oh, no, Coach, it was actually in Starkville. Kiffin said, exactly. Did you see it? Yeah. They took a shot at Mississippi State. Called it Neyland Stadium.
Pretty good.
Neyland West.
Pretty good.
I thought so. Apparently, Keith Urban was seen on stage with a woman.
Oh, no, he's already moved on.
Keith Urban and rising country star Maggie Baugh are sparking major buzz amid his divorce from Nicole Kidman.
Maggie what?
Maggie Baugh.
Okay.
Baugh.
How old is she?
I don't know. It says she's a rising country star.
25 years old.
I was born to love you. He pointed at her just before belting, I was born to love you, as they were doing a song together.
Okay.
Groomers.
She's 25. TMZ said clearly the two had amazing chemistry.
Apparently that's his guitar singer. His guitar player. Sorry, not guitar singer. Guitar player.
Is it?
It's what Us Magazine has written about her today or yesterday. 5 things to know after his on-state tribute. I guess they had to wait till the divorce news came out. He'd recently changed the lyrics of his hit The Fighter to reference her. Urban altered the original lyrics from when they're trying to get to you, baby, I'll be the fighter. When they're trying to get to you, Maggie, I'll be your guitar player during a gig.
Makes you wonder why Kidman took that movie then. Kind of reversing her reality a little bit.
Or maybe he saw it. Maybe he saw the movie and said, you know what? This is what you want to do? You want to run with young guys? I'll show you.
Yeah.
I'll show you. I'll get me a young girl.
I imagine Keith Urban could have about any woman he wanted.
That's weird to say.
Is it?
Keith Urban?
I mean, can
Keith Urban get any woman he wants at this point?
I mean, he's a world famous country star who's pretty good looking for being in his 50s or whatever.
I mean, he's old and over the hill though at this point.
Oh yeah, but the women used to gush over Keith Urban.
Used to.
I mean, the guy was married to Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, I know.
You don't think a single Keith Urban could clean up out on the trail?
I just was caught by surprise. I was taken aback at you saying Keith Urban could have any girl he wanted. I
mean, yeah, it was 20 years ago was when the women were gushing over him.
Yeah,
but he still looks good for a guy who's.
He's 2025. It's like, you think Johnny Depp could
just put people out to pasture whenever they're 40 years old.
Do you think Johnny Depp could still be out there having any woman he wants?
Pretty much.
You think so?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Sam, you agree with that? Johnny Depp could still go there and get any woman he wants?
Yeah, I think both of these guys could.
Okay.
Keith Urban's got the accent too. Keith Urban.
I think there's thousands of 25-year-olds that would probably hook up with Keith Urban or Johnny Depp.
Well, I'm not saying they can't.
Here's one case.
I'm not saying they can't get girls. I'm just saying to get any girl they wanted. I think that's a little extreme.
I don't think it is. I mean,
Keith couldn't get Taylor.
Why would he want her?
She's too old for him.
And she kind of looks like a young Nicole Kidman.
I think you're underestimating the good looks and celebrity power of some of these guys. I mean,
I think you're overrating them.
I have you seen the story? I mean, guys in their 70s get hot girlfriends.
They still get, yes.
Bill Belichick, Al Pacino, Mick Jagger, guys like they
can still get weird hot girlfriends. Yeah, but they can't get any girl in the world they want. Like Bill Belichick went with a weird,
I'm talking about guys in their 70s.
big-headed 24-year-old. The Rolling Stones guys you're talking about.
Mick Jagger had Angelina Jolie when he was like in his 60s. That's pretty good, isn't it?
When was that?
Like in the 2000s or sometime.
Huh?
Google it. Mick Jagger and Angelina
Like
Jolie.
had her in what? They went on to some dates? Like they weren't married or nothing, were they?
No, they weren't married.
I mean, I think of Billy Bob Thornton and I think of Brad Pitt. I missed the Mick Jagger.
Who do you think's the hottest woman in the world?
Like Al Pacino. Al Pacino gets like they all pass around that one like 20-something-year-old. Like,
well, that one gold digger.
Yeah, she's like a weird gold digger. They can't go out and get like prime.
Yeah, but again,
beef.
Again, that was an extreme example of guys in their 70s. I'm talking about Keith Urban, who's in his 50s. I mean, how old is Keith Urban?
I just don't find Keith Urban he's 57.
I mean, him and Johnny Depp's a good comparison.
Well, I know, and I don't think Johnny Depp's out here getting A-listers anymore either. I think Johnny Depp's over the hill when it comes to this.
Well, who's the
when you told me Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban broke up, I thought Nicole Kidman kicked his ass to the curb. That's what I thought.
Well,
I thought he was the loser of the relationship that was going to struggle to find somebody. Not they're like, oh, he's back on the prowl. He can get any girl he wants.
Find somebody like you, maybe. Yeah.
Angelina Jolie and
Keith
Mick Jagger was blowing my mind. When was this?
It was a long time. He was supposed to go on a date with her or something. He ditched her for Farrah Fawcett. It's an old story. It's like a long time ago.
So, like, did they date or no?
I think they went on dates. I don't know that they were ever like together or whatever. I mean, I don't know the details of what happened.
You told me to Google it, and you don't know.
Well, it'll come up if you
Google it.
Google it.
Tell
You
you
can
the
read
damn
about
story.
it. Well, yeah.
Let me Google it and get to the bottom of it. And tell you the story.
Mick didn't tell me about it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you have to Google it to find the details of it. But
any other headlines?
Yeah, Jay Cutler has been released from jail.
I just don't like Keith Urban. I guess
I
don't I don't really care for his music. I don't really care for him, his style. I mean, I appreciate he's got talent. The hair, to me, he's just like one step away from Billy Ray Cyrus, and like I just can't imagine Billy Ray Cyrus out here getting girls.
Billy Ray Cyrus. That's disrespectful.
Maybe it's unfair to Keith Urban.
Keith Urban's also a phenomenal guitar player.
Well, yeah, but like looks wise, he's one step away from Billy Ray Cyrus with the little primped hair and
he's got way more riz
the
than Billy Ray Cyrus.
I don't know if he does. I mean, this 25-year-old, I mean, she doesn't seem anything special.
Well, maybe it's just a proximity thing, you know. Anyway, Jay Cutler is released from jail. And speaking of Vanderbilt quarterbacks, Diego Pavia had some interesting comments.
What'd he say? Find out after the break, I guess. Cody wants to tease it. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
For the fans, by the fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. Come on, grab a pack. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavor. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Whether you are buying or selling a home or even looking for some land to build on and start a family, be sure to give Reed Emerson with Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Heritage Group a shout. He is a longtime listener and supporter of Fan Run and has been serving the Mid-State for many years. Reed prides himself on his hassle-free and honest approach. And that's because he's not just chasing another commission. He wants what is best for his clients. Give Reed Emerson a call or text him today to get the process started. His number is 931-492-0418, or you can find him online at bhgheritagegroup.com.
Knoxville, get ready. The Big Sports Show is coming Saturday, November 8th at the World Exposition Hall. Meet your favorite sports stars, Hall of Famer Earl Campbell, baseball greats Wade Boggs, Dwight Gooden, and Jose Canseco, plus UT legends Shamiqua Holtzclaw, Carl Pickens, and many more. Autographs, photos, and memories you'll never forget, all in one huge day. Tickets on sale. Get yours now at BigSportsShow.com. That's BigSportsShow.com. The Big Sports Show, Saturday, November 8th, Knoxville. Don't miss it.
Friday Night Lights are back, and that means so is the SM Athletics Friday Night Scoreboard Show. Join me, Tim Hill, a.k.a. Vols Tim 85, and my crew every Friday night starting at 9:30 p.m. Live action, live calls, and all of the biggest talking points in East Tennessee high school football. It's the Friday Night Scoreboard Show presented by SM Athletics right here on Fan Run Radio, 1340 AM, the free Fan Run app, and streaming live on YouTube on Fan Run TV.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
That's what happened.
That's what the story says. You told me to read it. ferretmagazine.co.uk. I'm just reading what they say.
Ditching Angelina Jolie for a date with Farrah Fawcett. Sounds like
While
he was
Jolie
really struggling.
While Jolie turned down the rock star for some time, given that she was already married, Jagger continued to bombard the actor with repeated phone calls. Lauren Taines, the friend of her mother who was present for the answer machine, left by the rocker, once described them as astonishing before making the claims that Jagger was, quote, virtually sobbing. I'm just telling you what the article says. This 64-year-old man crying, begging this 20-year-old for a date. Seems kind of pathetic. I mean, it's all I'm saying. But it does say that she did eventually agree to go to a party with him, and then he left her, he ditched her to go have sex with Farrah Fawcett.
Yeah, I think it. I don't think you can really call Mick Jagger a loser when it comes to getting women.
He wore them down. He just begged them all the time. Please go on a date with me, please.
That's the strategy.
Yeah,
I'm going to kill myself.
Yeah,
if you
like,
don't go on a date.
I give him credit. It did say they ended up, him and Jolie ended up hooking up, in secretive for 2 years. But I'm telling you, the article says he was bombarding her with calls and, quote, virtually sobbing.
Yeah.
Come on, please.
I mean, Angelina in her prime, maybe you'd be doing the same thing,
Well, there is something to that. Greenwood's the name of the high school.
This comment is really throwing me for a loop because he's got his facts right when it comes to who we played. Like, how did he make this connection, first of all?
I think Ivan listens to the show. I mean, I've seen his name pop up before. I mean, he's a freak. So,
yeah.
I mean, he knows where you're from. He knows you played football. Lord knows you talk about it enough.
Yeah, right.
And I guess maybe he finally realized he had a cousin that would have gone up against you that apparently whipped your ass.
Well,
as a freshman.
That didn't happen, Ivan. I don't know what your cousin's telling you. I'm not saying he wasn't a good player or whatever, because we did play Greenwood and we did get our ass kicked. That's what ended my career. I mean, we were 12-0. And then they beat us in the state semifinals. So
you probably were having to throw the ball that game.
Well, we were, yeah. But I tell you what, I've got the film. And I'll bet just about anything I didn't give up 4 sacks.
Now, I will say.
Now, we were scrambling in that game. I mean, we were falling apart. Like, they had our number. And I was a big part of that game in the sense that.
You gave up 4 sacks? You're on Cade's highlight film the entire time.
I did not give up 4 sacks. I don't think I even gave up 1. But I do know that we were struggling in that game. And I do know I was a big part of the game because we had heard later that what I was doing, because I was so important to the offense, I was a tell. Like they had actual.
Hey, when the big boys in here, they're going to run to the right.
Yeah, they had actual coaches that actually like scouted and watched our tendencies.
Watch Big Boy's feet when he's lined up even. It's a run. When he's got his left foot back, it's a pass.
Well, that Greenwood school, they actually, most high schools at that time, at least, they didn't have the resources to like actually figure out tendencies. Most high school football coaches are just dudes, and like they actually took it pretty seriously. They won several state championships. They were a great program in Arkansas.
What it sounds like to me is that Cody's worried that he actually did give up 4 sacks.
I've got the film.
And
when you say the other team scouted really well and you were a big part in a blowout loss, that just doesn't really feel like it's going the right direction.
I 100% did not give up 4 sacks. I 100% did not give up 4 sacks. I would be surprised if I gave up 1 sack.
What I will say is the way I read that from Ivan wasn't so much that you were responsible for all 4 sacks, but just that this kid got 4 sacks against your team. I don't think he's accusing you of giving up all 4. That your offensive line that you were a big part of gave up 4.
That may have happened, but I don't think our quarterback got sacked.
With facts. He's got a name. He's got a player.
You keep up with any of these guys, Cody? Could you text the old quarterback and be like, "Hey"?
Well, Clint remembers this stuff it's yesterday.
Clint's not the most trustworthy guy.
Well, say what you want, but Clint has a very, his brain when it comes to this stuff is like he remembers very
somehow forgot
details.
Betting me that $500 somehow.
I've got the film. I've got the film, so I can bring the DVD in here and we can watch the film if you want to watch it.
Let's do it.
And we'll see, because like I said, I'd be shocked if I gave up 1 sack, and definitely not 4. That's
okay.
But
please tell me the film is in Arkansas at home at your mom's house.
No, I have the film with me. I can bring it in.
Travel
I
with
can
it?
go get it after the show.
You brought it home? Like you
it's in an old DVD
Cody
case.
sits in his lazy boy at night and he's like, Red Dead, or should I watch the old high school highlights?
I don't watch these highlights, but I have my old DVDs with me.
Like when you move, you make sure to bring your game film from high school from over a decade ago.
I mean, yeah, I have it on VHS. I have, or not VHS, but DVD discs.
Like if you told me that you had it at your mom's house for like keepsake, and
what's wrong with having it with me? I mean, people have things from the past to where they live.
Yeah, they also let certain things go. Like, do you travel with your trophies?
I don't watch it. I don't
travel with your trophies.
Sit there every night and watch
do you bring your trophies from youth football? Do you still have them with you?
No, those
pads in the back somewhere.
No, those are at mom's house. I still got my helmet. It's at mom's.
That's where the film should be.
What's wrong with having the film?
I
got all my old DVDs that I haven't watched in years.
Okay.
When's the last time
I
you
still got
watched
CDs
that film,
with me,
Cody? When's the last time you watched that film?
I think when me and my buddy from back home, when we were living together in Nashville, I think we popped a couple on just for the hell of it. I remember a night where we popped a couple on there.
Yeah, I would like to watch this film. I'd like to watch this film.
I can go get it right after the show.
We could get Brooks to do a film breakdown of Cody on the O-line.
I don't know if that would go well.
Let's see if we can find his tendencies on what he's giving up here.
I mean, this guy's facts do check out, though. I'm just very surprised to see that in the comments. I mean, what a weird thing I still don't know how he's connecting me to that, but I don't know. Small world, man.
Getting back to the conversation from the end of hour 2, Freaky Steve writes in, I think people are negative because they're insecure about getting labeled as a sheep. Weak. Is that you, Cody? Is that why you're negative? You just don't want to be a sheep?
I'm not negative. What was the question?
Well, if you're not negative, that's fine. Well, Steve said that he thinks people are negative talking about this football team because they're afraid of getting labeled, insecure of getting labeled a sheep.
Yeah, I think some people are scared. I mean, I think there's different reasons for being negative. But I don't think anybody I won't say anybody because, we talked about the nuts out there. But I think people that are overly critical, it doesn't necessarily mean they want us to lose. They're going about it a different way. Their fandom is different, you know.
Buck says we were told this was a 5-year project. Are we better? Yes. Are we in a better spot? Sure. But in the end, what have we won? See, Buck's the type of guy I'm talking about that sounds like he wants to fire Heupel. That sounds like he wants some chaos in this damn program. So, like, are we better? Yes. Are we in a better spot? Sure. Sure, Buck, that's what you say? Like, sure to me, I don't know how you take it, Cody. I don't know how you take it, Sam. But when you say sure, that sounds a little dismissive. Are we in a better spot? We're in a whole other sport than where we were 5 years ago. That's not a dismissive, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, no. Sam, am I saying it? Am I being too positive? Am I wrong when I say that, like, we've caught Georgia and Alabama? Now, you can still tell me Georgia's ahead of us. I'm not going to argue there, but, like, I feel like we're on their tier now. I feel like we're on their level. Like, I definitely feel like we're on the level of Alabama as a football program, just like when you're looking at the micro of, like, or hell, maybe even the macro. Like, when you look at the big picture, I feel like, hey, we ain't got the championship trophies. I get that. But, like, Tennessee, Alabama on the field this year, I don't think they're going to be playing a different sports. I don't think they're going to have aliens out there we can't compete with. I don't think Georgia had aliens we couldn't compete with when they came to Knoxville, and they beat us. And until we beat Georgia, that's why I'm going to say, like, yeah, they're ahead of us. That's fine. But, like, when we go up against other teams in the conference, I think we fare just as well.
Well, it's like Lane Kiffin said, it's not that they're beating you with aliens anymore these days.
Sure, like we took a big step forward, and you could say both programs took a step back.
Well, the problem is that everybody else is catching you too at the same time.
And
you know what I mean?
Well, that's fair, but, like, when I'm looking at, like, winning a championship in the SEC, like that was a longest of long shot. That was the pipiest of pipe dream 5 years ago. Like, whenever Josh Heupel took over, you weren't thinking about making a damn SEC championship and winning it. You were thinking of, can we get bowl eligible? Can we win 5 damn games? Like, that's what the vibes were in 2021. And now in 2025, I don't know how you guys feel, but, like, I don't feel like anybody in the SEC is clearly better than Tennessee.
I'd say you've caught up to Alabama. I still feel like you're chasing after Georgia.
That's
I
fair.
think
That's fine.
this year was, like, the first time that you've felt like you're kind of on par with them.
Yeah, should have had them.
Like, that's fair. Like, do you change your mind if we make the kick and beat them?
A little bit, maybe, but I still just think, like, the sample size overall of like, Georgia kind of having those, 2-3 score games against us, like, to me, that outweighs 1 year.
And I still think I would have had Georgia ahead of Tennessee even if we beat them too, because, like, in 2022 we beat Alabama, but I still said, hey, we haven't caught Alabama. Like, we're still trying to catch up to them. But I think since 2022 we have made big progress on Alabama.
Yeah, for sure.
And, like, that's evidenced on the field of beating them.
And they've kind of come down a level, obviously, with, like, Saban to DeBoer. And so I just think I think Kirby and Georgia are still at the, hey, you're going and winning championships, and you still don't have turnover on that coaching staff.
Now, see, I personally think Georgia's taking a step back too, because I think their peak was Stetson Bennett and Brock Bowers and Lad McConkey and Jalen Carter and those guys. Like, I don't think they have those quite same players. So, like, I think their
floor is still higher than us.
100%, yes, but I think their ceiling's maybe 10% lower in 2025 for them than it was in 2022.
I think more than 10%.
That's fair. We don't have to get into the exact specifics, but I think they're a step below what they used to be.
Yeah,
they feel attainable now. Like I said, I can see them going 9-3 this year with that defense.
Well, if you just look over a mock draft right now, I think I saw Georgia had maybe one player projected in the first round, whereas in years past you'd have 5 or 6 of those guys,
Well, also Tennessee had 3 guys projected in the first round in somebody's mock draft. It wasn't necessarily the most reputable, or at least like one of the big, letters of CBS or ESPN. I don't even know where it was, but I saw some guys pop up where he had 3 Vols in the first round. I've seen 2 Tennessee guys in a lot, and quite frankly, I think you could have 3 pretty realistically. And that's, Chris Brazzell or Josephs. I think, one of those guys will be a first-round pick. McCoy or Hood. Like, yeah, you got 4 options to be first-round picks.
You could see, like, Lance Hurd start to sneak into there.
100%. Like, there's a reality, Sam, where we have 5 first-rounders on this team. So, like, to me, you can't say we haven't closed the gap if you're Buck and just say, yeah, sure. Like, come on.
Would you
got to be more enthusiastic about that? We're in a much, much better spot.
Would you rather take the risk of becoming like what Clemson was or what Alabama was or what Georgia was? Like, when I say take the risk, I mean, would you rather take a chance at being able to dominate the sport like that if you have the right coach and the right recruiting and budget and everything? Or would you rather it be like it is now and like, yes, we're much better and we are on par with those better programs now, but everybody else is also really good?
If Tennessee – so you're asking like just to change time? Because like I think the time, like we're like the
would you rather take your chances on Heupel becoming a 2018 Clemson, or and
are you saying I'm putting our whole program back? Like he's the coach instead of Butch Jones?
Yeah,
basically during that era. I mean, sure, because like the path to winning a national championship would have been more realistic, and you could have been Clemson. Like if Josh Heupel was here, you could have had Trevor Lawrence, you could have had T. Higgins, you could have had those guys here, maybe, and your offense could have done those things, sure. But in 2025, I think I'm ecstatic with where the program is.
Ecstatic?
I'm ecstatic with where the program is.
That's a good word. It's a big word.
Like I'm thrilled with where we're at because we are legitimate. We are one of the few programs that can say they won double-digit games, regular season games, by the way, not counting the bowl games. Like we won 10 games, 2 of the last 3 years. I have no reason to think that we don't have a really good chance of winning 10 games again. So make it 3 of the last 4 years. I think our recruiting has gotten better. I think our coaches have gotten better. Like this is if it was ugly like it was last year and we were gritting out some games and maybe a little fluky and we were stagnant, maybe I wouldn't feel as good. But like the improvements the offense has made and the things the offensive coaching staff said, basically of like, hey, Ohio State embarrassed us. They made us question everything about our program, and we had to look in the mirror and say, hey, we're better than this. If we're going to claim to be the great offensive coaches we are, we have to actually make our offense look better. I think those guys put the work in. I think our offense looks much better, just all over the place.
I think so, too. I think the offense looks much more diverse. There's more packages you can run. You're not one-dimensional. You can run the football. You can throw it. The only thing I wonder about with this, just, the pace of play in the system and everything, is it just always going to be that if our offense is cooking, our defense is going to lack a little bit? Or if we're running a slower pace, then we can have more of a stifling defense? Like, can we ever have both things at the same time?
Can we at least wait to see what the defense looks like when healthy before we say that?
Yes, we can. That's an important
because I think there's a chance the defense this year would be quote unquote cooking. Like scoring wise, no. Like if you just look at scoring defense, there's probably not a season where you're going to be top 10 defense scoring wise and top 10 offense.
Ole Miss last year, statistically, they had both.
Yeah, that's fine. They also had a really easy schedule and they went 9-3. They couldn't do it when it mattered. Like their offense was not as good as Tennessee's offense is this
I know. I'm just saying that like
we can maybe get the offense in the top 10 and have the defense in the top 10 if we just really focus on blowing out the bums. Like this year, like if we just shut out UAB and weren't worried about getting some of that 49% of the freshmen we have playing, like if we're not getting those guys reps, like then maybe but like once you kind of already punt the Syracuse game and the UAB game and you give up a touchdown to ETSU, like it's going to be hard for the defense to stay top 10 moving forward. Like
and maybe that's not necessarily that important.
I got to imagine Ole Miss like really dominated their ball games last year.
They did.
Yeah,
they were winning up in the 70s and
like 70-0, 70-3 type of thing. Like,
and they got to play Wake Forest outside the
right. And we didn't do that this year. So like, statistically scoring wise, I find that to be tough, but efficiency and points per possession. And like, to me, that stuff matters more. Yards per drive, points per drive. The efficiency stuff matters more because we're going to have so many more possessions because of our pace of play compared to like the Big Ten schools like Penn State and such that are going to just drag it out.
Well, I guess some of us are just box score watchers.
Some are just box score watchers.
As I've been reading.
It's tough to be a box
What is
score.
this about Brooks, quote, stuffing me in a locker? What is this about?
There have been people message me saying that Brooks took a shot at you. I don't know. I didn't listen. But there are people that are throwing accusations that basically right after he got off the air with us, he talked about a box score watcher, and people are saying it was Cody.
I heard it. I think he was offended that we immediately I wasn't trying to, counter what he was saying or nothing, but
right when we got off the air,
maybe it kind of sounded that way.
Right when he got off,
right when his interview ended,
he was still
because he was gushing about Diego Pavia and all these deep shots Vandy's taking and all this stuff, and I was just looking at, just box score watching. I mean, that's what I was doing, but I just said, he didn't crack 200 yards against Virginia Tech or South Carolina. It wasn't supposed to be a shot at Brooks.
I did come across as one whenever he said it to me. Like, whenever you said it, I was kind of like, that's kind of rude.
Well, maybe it's box score watching. You can call it that, but to me, it was like he was talking about him throwing it all over the field, and I was just looking at recency bias. Yeah, they threw it all over the field against Utah State, and I was like, but these other games, I mean, nothing jumps off the page. But it's just me looking at the page.
It was you watching the box score, so I mean, like I don't think
what I was doing.
I don't think you can be mad about that.
I was looking at the numbers. Brooks was looking at the tape. I mean,
he's watching the games. You're just looking at the box score, which is, to be fair, Cody, I think you were doing. I know you watched the game, so don't take that as an accusation.
I didn't watch the Vanderbilt game.
No. You had the same type of take about Tennessee, Mississippi State when you looked at, Joey had 2 interceptions. The defense gave up so many points. Like, I do think you missed some of the context of the game and your discussion of it.
Well, I was drunk. I didn't go back and watch the game sober either. So I was living in my emotions when I was watching the state game. So
okay, well,
I mean, what do you want from me?
That point,
you people want Brooks so bad. You maybe have Brooks come co-host the show. You want X's and O's football talk all the damn time. I can't win for losing. I'd like to compare it. Now, does Brooks know the game better than me, X's and O's wise? Sure. I think we can admit that. Although, did he play the game? Who knows? I played the game.
He played college
football.
Did he?
Okay. College football?
Yeah.
D1?
Not at like a big score.
So not D1. Okay. FBS now. Okay. Well, I could have played D3 maybe if I'd gotten the right letters and had the grades, but
didn't sprain your ankle on homecoming.
But I'd like to see what Brooks's ESPN pick'ems are looking like right now, because mine are pretty hot. I'm pretty hot this year. I've been winning bets. I've been getting my results right. So I'm capable of seeing certain trends in the way teams match up, but not necessarily the way Brooks does it. But
again, I'm not taking a shot at the Mississippi State stuff, but when you come in, you're like, he threw 2 interceptions. Like, well, you gotta be a little bit fair. Bill Connolly, he's a box score watcher.
What did I say about him throwing 2 interceptions?
You're talking
about
You're talking about Joey's numbers. You grade him a damn 73, and you're like, well, he threw 2 interceptions, and
but I had one touchdown. I said, I recall
the goddamn 73.
Yeah, but I recall saying both of them were kind of freak plays. Did I not say that? I mean, I watched the interception.
He gave Joey a 73. I mean, he graded it pretty harshly. I mean, that's a damn D.
That's not a D. A 73, that's a C.
That's a D. What school did you go to? No wonder you have 2 degrees.
73 might have been a little low. Maybe I should have said 79.
That's a damn D.
My school, 73 was a C.
In high school?
Anything in the 70s was a C.
In high school?
Yeah.
Was a D?
A 73 was a D where you guys went to school?
What was an A?
Yeah.
90s? Like 90s were A's, 80s were B's?
I don't know how yours was, Sam, but at my school, 93 was a cutoff for an A.
Yeah, that was an A for me. 93.
And then B was down to 85.
I mean, I think we ranked.
C was down to 78, and then D was 77 to 70, and then F was anything below 70. That's how we did it.
Damn.
That's how
that's a higher standard. I do come from, I think we ranked last in education, but my state, but I tried hard on things, and sometimes.
Was that how it was in college too? Was UT? Was it?
College was different. Every professor had their own thing.
Okay.
From what I remember.
Okay.
Now, college we did more A+, A-, B+, B- type stuff, but
was it the cutoff for A's a lot was in the just 90, right? In some classes, I think.
Yeah.
So they did kind of go 90, 80, 70, I feel like.
By the way, Clint says that our quarterback threw an interception but was not sacked against Greenwood on November 26, 2010. I trust Clint on
Did you
these
play him in
things.
the regular season too, or is that just a...
No, that was the playoffs. I trust Clint on these things. He said maybe he could be thinking about the next year, 2011, because my school lost to them again in the state title game, and that was 53-11.
Yeah, I don't know.
They got absolutely cooked.
Again, I know I don't trust Clint because, again, he never paid me. That's 2 guys from Arkansas that owe me money. That's 2 guys. I got a bad thought.
Well, why don't you get on your horse there, Tennessee stud?
2 guys from I don't really trust anybody from Batesville, to be honest. Like anybody that played football for Batesville in the the 2000s, I don't really trust them.
You go over there like Johnny Cash. Never would have made it through the Arkansas mud. God, I really wanted to use that for Nico. I wanted that to be Nico's moment last year. It's old Johnny Cash. Well, Johnny didn't write it. I'm pretty sure, actually, Jimmy Driftwood wrote it. But I never would have made it through the Arkansas mud if I hadn't been riding on a Tennessee stud. It's a great song. I even sent an email to the Tennessee, like the Vol Sports account, saying like you could use this in your post-game win video. But we didn't win because Nico he ran out of bounds. But
he got stuck in the Arkansas mud.
He was not a Tennessee stud. He was a California pretty boy who wore pajama pants and wore skirts. And
did you see that stat about UCLA? They're the only team in the country that hasn't led for a single second this year.
They suck.
Worst team in the Power Four, probably, right?
When I think of Tennessee stud, I think of Hank Williams.
Yeah, you could say Hank. Did Jimmy Driftwood write it?
Mm-hmm.
My uncle was good friends with Jimmy Driftwood.
Oh yeah.
He was.
I think he actually wrote that song about your uncle.
Well,
I think he was talking about your family with the Tennessee ties. I mean, I think he was writing about your uncle. I think it's actually a love song. It's just if you read the lyrics, I mean, Tennessee stud, you might be trying to talk about a horse, but I think Jimmy was talking about your uncle. You ever ask him about that?
No, he's long since passed. But
do you think there was a chance they were lovers?
I don't. It would surprise me.
Did your uncle have green eyes?
I don't remember. He was uncle by marriage. We weren't blood, but
I had some trouble with my sweetheart's paw. One of her brothers was a bad outlaw. I sent her a letter by my Uncle Bud, and I rode away on the Tennessee stud. I mean, just riding with your uncle,
Jimmy
getting out of there.
Driftwood, man.
Long and lean.
Talk about a rural upbringing. That's a part of the country that's yeah.
Last call on the other side. Stick with us.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
It's time for the North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week. Brought to you by North Knox Siding and Windows. Call 865-689-0505 or visit them online at northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
This week's North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week is Powell High School quarterback Deuce Rogers. Rogers led the Panthers to a 42-35 win over Central last week, accounting for over 400 yards of total offense, with 4 rushing touchdowns and 2 passing touchdowns, as Powell remained unbeaten on the season. Powell High School quarterback Deuce Rogers, this week's North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week.
North Knox Siding and Windows, locally owned and operated. They can handle all your siding, window, gutter, and roofing needs. Call 865-689-0505 for a free estimate or go online to northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
Merritt Garage Doors and Services has been serving the East Tennessee community since 1963. At Merritt, quite simply, the customer comes first. Their door specialists will not try to needlessly upsell you because they are not commission-based like other places. This allows them to focus on your needs and not their pockets. They offer a range of beautiful garage doors in a variety of styles to suit the architecture of your home, and they will supply and install a wide range of garage door openers and accessories to take your garage door to the next level. To request a quote or schedule a service repair call, visit merrittgaragedoor.com.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced, Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad, and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service, 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit MatlockTireService.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Are you a federal employee facing workplace challenges like suspension or removal? Are you concerned about your security clearance with any federal agency? You know the Griffin Law Firm is your trusted ally in military legal matters. But did you know they also specialize in civilian federal employment law? If you're a federal employee facing workplace challenges like suspension or removal, if you're concerned about your security clearance with any federal agency, the DOE, FBI, FCC, or DOD, you might not know it, but you do have legal recourse. The Griffin Law Firm specializes in federal employment law, military law, and security defense law. VFL Marshall Griffin and his experienced team are ready to make your problem their problem, no matter which federal agency you work for. Don't face federal employment issues alone. Remember, remain silent, request counsel, call Griffin Law, 888-707-4282, online at griffinlawdefense.com.
Dreaming of my girl in Tennessee. The Tennessee stud's eyes, green eyes turn blue because he was dreaming of a sweetheart too. If you read that, it does kind of feel like a little Brokeback Mountain situation, just being kind of stranded out there. This guy and your uncle.
Why do you have to insinuate that my uncle was a homosexual?
There's nothing wrong with it.
I'm not saying there is.
Two men out in the plains. I mean, I'm just asking if there's a chance that this was about your uncle. That's all I'm asking.
I don't know why you got to say it. He was a good man. You know,
sounds like a great man. Hell, he's good enough. He might have had a song written about him.
He's a good man, and you're over here trying to disparage his name.
He might have had a song written about him. It might have been so good. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You gonna get this film for us to break down?
I'll get the film. I got it. Do we have a way to play a DVD? That would be the question. Can you still insert a disc into the PlayStation? I guess you can put one in a computer.
I was
maybe.
Say surely these computers have them, but hell, my laptop doesn't have a place to put a DVD in. Yeah,
laptop's not gonna have it.
They used to.
The desktop might have a place for one.
I do wonder if you could do that on like a gaming console. I'm not sure.
You can do it on PlayStations. Yeah. At least, like, I mean, real DVDs is a burnt one with your footage, so it might not read it. I don't know, because I imagine it's just like one of those.
I mean, it's a real. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Some company made them for them. They put all of our games on a local sponsor or whatever. Put all of our games on tape. It is going to be interesting watching this tape. I didn't play my best that game.
Oh, yeah. We're finally going to get to see it. The varsity athletes.
I'd rather start with a different game where I played well.
I don't want to watch you beat up. The one game I watched you beat up on those poor little kids, I don't want to see that one. I want to see you go up against
they had
an
our
actual team.
They had our number. I told you we were out coached. We were out schemed. I mean,
sounds like you were just giving them the key to the playbook. Sounds like all they had to do was watch you, and they knew where it was going.
That's what we heard later.
Yeah.
That's what they said is wherever the big boy goes, that's you got to watch him.
Sam, anything we missed today we need to get to?
I'm surprised Cody didn't mention the Shedeur Sanders.
I'm glad you brought that up
conference
because I remembered that I forgot. So that was weird, huh? Pretty strange.
Give it to me again.
Well, after Dylan Gabriel got named the starter yesterday, like the media in the Browns locker room was doing a little media session with Shedeur Sanders, and he was just a mime. They would just ask him a question, and he would just mouth the answers back to him, but he just wasn't saying anything out loud.
You didn't see this?
Doesn't really work as good on radio.
No, not really.
No, I did see it, and I saw Dylan Gabriel say something about perfect timing.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was
more
a shot.
shade at Shedeur. Surely those guys don't like each other, right?
I wouldn't imagine they do. I don't know why they'd have any reason to like each other. Not saying they necessarily dislike each other, but they're they're in a weird spot. You don't usually have rookies that are on somewhat equal footing competing. Like, very rarely do you have two rookie quarterbacks on the same team. Like, really the only time in history that stands out to me recently would be like when the Washington Redskins they drafted RG3 at number 2 and then drafted Kirk Cousins, I want to say, in the 3rd round.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up being smart because RG3 got hurt and then they had a quarterback they could go to. But that was weird. But at least there, Sam, there was a clear pecking order of like, hey, RG3 is the guy. You're here to back him up and learn, and like eventually you'll get your shot. Whereas Gabriel and Shedeur are kind of just in the same boat of like, hey, neither one of us are first-round picks that are, guaranteed the franchise. We're just straight-up competition the entire time for a roster spot and now, for the guy that gets a chance to be the quarterback of the future. I would bet ultimately that neither one of them grabbed the job. That'd be weird, though, to pull the plug on two rookies after 1 year, though, to just waste 2 draft picks. Those mid-round picks, that's kind of how the good teams stay good. You know what I mean? Nailing 3rd and 5th round and making those picks be valuable.
I also saw that the Mariners were playing like an inter-squad scrimmage to stay loose in between rounds, and Ichiro was playing right field for the Mariners yesterday.
Yeah, so you talked about the Red Sox being the team you want to root for. Like, I think we got to go with the Mariners. Like, it's the first time they made the playoffs really in a long, long time. I mean, really, like, they've been, twice since 2001, I think it was. Like, they ain't won a playoff series in a long, long time. Ichiro's hanging around. I don't necessarily care about the big dumper, but I want the city of Seattle to be happy. I think they'll have a good atmosphere. I'm rooting for them. I'm putting my energy behind them. A Peaky Blinders sequel series in the works at Netflix and BBC. It's been greenlit for 2 seasons and 12 episodes. Follows a new generation of Shelbys in Birmingham after World War II. Reconstruction of the city.
Be funny if now they were just in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Alabama?
Yeah.
That'd be
BBC, huh?
The Tony Basilio Show coming up next. The Playbook with William Pattison. The Drive. Stay locked in on Fan Run Radio.